afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody there, YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box. Today we are with Gwen Abled, aka Ben. How you doing, Ben?
That's me. Not too bad. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. I saw your post there. You just got Gwen and Rex in the mail, which is awesome.
Man. 2 days as well.
You just opened Gwen, right? Was she everything you thought she'd be and more?
Yeah, I'm literally playing with her right now.
Okay, a little too much information.
Not like
that. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. What's up, KJ Smith and Takathri? How you guys doing today? I hope you're ready to have your minds blown. We're going to be talking about episode 5 spoilers in the Book of Boba Fett. And I can't wait to start talking about it because so much happened. And Ben and I looked at each other and we were like, we need to be talking about this.
Yeah.
So here we are. Impromptu. Barely got my eyes open. And I'm here, because I'm a late guy. I sleep till like 10 a.m. I'm crazy like that.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
Oh, nice. I was saying that's the life.
You would think so, but when you go to bed at like 5, it's still only 5 hours, regardless of what time you're really waking up. So
true.
Those are the breaks. Dude, but we had fire drop before Book of Boba Fett. We had Koska Reeves and Axe Wolves get announced for pre-orders and whatnot through, basically Hot Toys dropped them. They said, these are coming. Give us your money. And you're going to be really hurting here because we're not done with you yet.
Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere, wasn't it? I was not expecting those two.
Yeah, I think everybody was expecting, Doc Ock. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting to see that. I was expecting to refresh. Be like, oh, there's Doc Ock. But no, they're like, oh, hold my beer. Let's just totally mess with your emotions now, and let's drop Koska and Axe Wolves. And since Axe is probably the least interesting of the two, we're going to start with him first. Great, but
yeah.
Just not quite what you want, right? Let's see, Axe. There we go.
Yes, I am a little confused. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It is like confusing that they know that we don't need a head sculpt with this because obviously they haven't included one. So I'm just confused that they're even making it in a sense. Like I'm surprised they're even making it.
I think they've realized that we'll buy anything in Mandalorian armor. I mean, they're probably looking at their sales like, well, you put armor on this guy and poof.
Yeah, very true.
He's selling. And this is really, a lot of people are really talking about, because I was on Dante's stream last night when this got announced, and they were really discussing, we need to stock up on Death Watch Mandos now. We have squad now. We're army building. We're going to need Death Watch Mandos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is the Death Watch Man, especially because they're in stock, aren't they, at Sideshow?
Yeah.
Those are probably going to go quicker than what they would have if these didn't get announced for sure.
And do you have a Death Watch Mando?
I don't, but I have my eyes on it, but it's just...
It's going to sell out here now. It wasn't a high production run. I'm not trying to give you FOMO. I know it did that with Spider-Gwen, but, it's not a high production run. It was something that had interest, but it wasn't... Nobody put their money where their mouths were. They were like, "This is cool."
Yeah.
And then they kind of forgot about it, and now I think it's going to reignite all of that.
Yeah, for me, it was the fact that, I mean, it's awesome that the Death Watch showed up in the flashbacks, but because they didn't really look the same as what they did in the Clone Wars. That's what put me off the figure, to be honest. And
how do you mean?
Well, in the Clone Wars, they were like grey and blue, and they just had like different armor. A different armor scheme. Like they didn't have the rangefinder or the white stripes and stuff like not to be like, it's still Death Watch Mando, but I love the Clone Wars type of thing. But I don't know, it's just something about the color scheme. It's just like pulling me in, and I just want to buy it. It just looks so pleasing to the eye.
Takathri also mentions Hot Toys have finally completed a team. We other than the Justice League, which took them like 3 years to complete.
How many years? Yeah,
they finally have completed a team with the Night Owls. We got Koska, we got Axe, and of course we already have Bo-Katan. and I'm hoping the Bo-Katan's head sculpt gets a few more adjustments. I see that they've updated it a little bit, or just the camera angles helped it in some of the pictures they showed us here with Koska. But what I would like to see is maybe they lighten her hair a little bit, because I think that would help sell her look a lot. But here's a closer look of the Death Watch. He's still going to have, when we go tabbing through here, we're going to notice he's still got that pleather strap going around his thigh, which is going to be a sad thing, because that's going to hinder his articulation there. But we do have a split cut design with the boots.
I was going to say, I just noticed that, the split boots.
I don't know if that's pleather. It looks like it, which is a little sad. Hopefully they'll get replaced with plastic here. If they're going to do the split cut, they might as well. It will hold up better.
Yeah.
There's no reason to put this pleather on here, especially when you got this accessory type thing on the boot here. That's just going to fall off over time if you're not careful. But we got on the prototype, at least, we got some weathering here on the holster, which is nice. Usually this holster is just a generic brown pleather holster.
Yeah, why is it such a different color to the belt? It's like standing out for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch that episode, because he was only in this episode. He wasn't in the other episode where we saw other Mandalorians again. I'd have to see if his holsters like that, like the off, color. They were kind of piecing together things. I mean, they were going around raiding and getting stuff. I mean, I would think he had his own holster, but maybe, who knows? Who knows the story behind it? But he also beat up Luke Skywalker at some point and took his belt buckle. So, there's that. But we get that nice weathering there. I'm really hoping that you're going to be able to get more articulation out of his legs, because that was one of the things with Death Watch Mando that kind of made me sad with the way this particular holster was tied down, because you can see the strap here coming through.
Yeah, I saw a review where like the leg could not get
it would risk pulling and ripping that strap, which is horrible. Boba Fett's got one of those too on the new 2-pack, but it's loose. It's not really that tight, so you can get free motion for the most part from his legs. Of course, you got to be wary of where that strap is, but it's not so tight that it was just gonna, you bend the leg up, you have no choice but to really be concerned with it.
Well, hopefully they learn from that and use that instead of the Death Watch one.
Yeah. What is that material? Is that piece underneath the plate? Is that pleather as well? I think I actually saw it better over here. I can't tell. It looks like it might be pleather, like the Death Watch. Let me see if we can get a closer look at it. Yeah, that looks like it's that pleathery material, and same with the white vest. These both look like the same kind of material they use in the Death Watch Mando, which you don't have, so you can't go into it. But it's like a pleathery material. To Kothri, in the episode, did Axe really wear the same sky armor as Mando, or is Hot Toys just reissuing old pieces? I'm sorry, give me a minute.
No problem.
I don't know why I zoomed in. My lawn service has arrived and it's driving my dogs nuts. So let me go yell at them for 1 second, Ben. Take it away.
No problem. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about the Mando, but it's definitely a massive reuse of the Death Watch Mando, isn't it? I mean, all the armor pieces seem to be identical to the Death Watch Mando, just different colors.
My dog. Can you guys hear my dogs? This is crazy. It's annoying. You're gonna carry some weight, Ben. I'm sorry.
Oh, on the spot. Are we talking about the episode now? Are we all right to talk about it? You are muted. You're muted. Mars muted. Okay, you can't hear me apparently.
Sorry, I was
there.
To talk to you.
No problem.
What I want to do is talk about the figures first. That way, people can snipe in and kind of get some information and snipe out. But the dogs are going nuts again. So hold on a moment.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I mean, not speaking for everyone else, but this character definitely was not enough of a prevalent character for me to warrant this purchase, even though it is actually kind of a good price, $235 on Sideshow. That's a pretty good price. but obviously it doesn't come with a head sculpt unlike the other two, and it is going to look really weird. If you wanted the two others without their helmets on, like with just the head sculpt, it's going to be a bit odd that this guy doesn't have a head sculpt and he's just there with his helmet. That's what I think, anyway. Like maybe they did a disservice to themselves by not including it.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm back for a few minutes to
All
the
right.
dogs. Some guy blowing leaves gets too close to the house again. Not that there's much leaves to blow, so I don't know how long they'll be here, but this is a bit embarrassing. I apologize. But yeah, so he doesn't come with a head sculpt. Some people were really miffed about that. Personally, I don't see myself really using it on him. Koska is a different story entirely, which is, I think, it's kind of a love-hate thing that they didn't give us a head sculpt. It's like, for a minute, you're like, but why? Because you gave us one for the other person. Why not both? And then the other is like, well, am I really going to use it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, when I was thinking about just this figure, I probably just wouldn't use it. I'd use his helmet. But I'm thinking of if you have the three and you wanted to show the heads, only two of them you can show the head sculpts. Do you know what I mean? And the third one will just look out of place.
Well, with Koska too is the other thing is you can get a custom robe made for her, because I don't think she's going to come with one, and you can do the bit where she's kind of stalking.
Oh yeah, from the trailer.
Yeah, from the first bit of the episode where she's just kind of following him. So, it's nice that we have a head sculpt so we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. But Will C seems to think that Axe Wolves looks better than Death Watch Mando. He does have a better, more intricate design. He's got more colors bouncing around.
More character to him in there.
So one tone.
Yeah.
But the one bit that I'm having a little contention with is that it looks like he's got two pieces of pleather on this chest piece here. It's got this whiter piece here that's pleather, because that's the same as the Death Watch Mando, and then this piece looks like it's pleather as well.
Yeah.
So
there's one thing compared to the Death Watch Mando, I find all the colors go together really nice. But on picture number 7 on this guy, I just find this.
No, what number I'm on? Which way? 11. Left or right?
Left.
Going backwards.
Yeah.
Tell me what.
That's the one. That's the one.
All right.
That one, like all the colors put together, just kind of looks like none of the colors kind of like go together. Like if you stare at the middle of the figure, you can notice the fabric under his chest plate, different color to the whole suit.
Yeah.
The padding behind the chest plate, and then obviously all the blue and black. It's just, for me anyway, I'm just looking at it and it's like I start to notice all the colors don't match.
Yeah, that is a little detracting, and it's really just down to this one darker piece of pleather here. That kind of, it pulls it from being some kind of uniform thing to more of a hodgepodge like look to it, which is kind of weird. Yeah, but let's take a look at Koska, because she's the real money. I mean, she's the great one here. Let's go to Koska.
Definitely going to be interesting to see the difference on the bestsellers list between Koska and the Axe.
Her price actually is not bad. I thought it was going to be worse when you looked at Toys Wonderland pricing, and I was like, she's going to be like $300. But I mean, granted, after shipping, she will be. But before shipping, she's not. So,
what's her Hong Kong price?
I think it was at $315 on Toys Wonderland for the first batch, which is what I try to use to kind of gauge that 30% markup that you see.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a little off, so that's okay. But the head sculpt's pretty on point. I'm not in love with the bit of hair that crosses her forehead, and it's nothing to do with the style per se. It's just that it looks like it's not the same material.
Yeah,
like it's almost photoshopped on her forehead as opposed to the rest of her hair. So
I do see that now. Actually,
I'm sorry.
I do see that now when you said the Photoshop is like. I can't unsee that.
And I can't. I've been seeing it since I looked at it. I'm like, man, what's up with that? Hopefully that blends in better when we see the product up close. But the other thing I've just noticed here is this holster system looks like it's much better material than you have for Axe Wolves, which looks like that generic, really thin pleather material. This looks like it's actually got some kind of thickness to it.
Belt material,
Will C is asking me, how much of Koska's likeness do you see there, Maz? Do you have a picture up to compare? I see about 90%. No, I didn't bring up a picture, but I can. I mean,
I say about 90% as well. For
we
me,
have
it's
the internet.
For me, it's the bags under the eyes. It's just for some reason, I don't know. It's just
Her
something about it.
eyes do have
Puts it
the.
off.
Well, here's a perfect shot over here. Oh no, I don't want this. Whatever sale thing. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. I don't know what site I'm on. Probably getting some virus or something, but we'll make do. It's cool. Let me
It's
stop
for the
that.
stream. For the stream.
Share. Nope. So there's a shot that she uses for her, I guess, headshots and stuff. And of course,
Oh yeah.
it's a bit more that. Okay, so that's not actually hair going across her forehead.
Oh no, yeah, it's like a band.
Yeah, it's probably the band she uses to tie her hair back. So,
Wait,
okay,
it does look like hair on the figure though, right?
yeah, it did. I'll have to go. We'll have to look back at that after we get a good eye full of how gorgeous this woman is, of course. And yeah, I mean, her eyes, of course, don't have as much as you're mentioning with the darkness under them, like they do on the head sculpt. Hopefully, they'll address it. She also on the head sculpt, she's got this weird kind of look on her face, like you did what?
Yeah, like a disgusted look kind of thing.
You said what? Let me. I lost my other window. Hold on here, but we'll go back to the sculpt now because we're not staring. We're not some weird stalkers or anything. Where did I do with the sideshow window? Did I close it? God bless it. All right, hold on. I broke. You know what? We're going to do it this way. Nope.
Can't unsee John Cena. We'll see.
John Cena. Oh, from
Bo-Katan.
From Bo-Katan.
Yeah, that is actually so true though.
See, this isn't the best version of her. This angle is not really the best. It kind of gives her more of a chiseled look. Oh, I'm not sharing it, am I? Or am I? I am sharing. No, I'm not sharing.
No.
All right, hold on. What am I doing here? What window am I on? Okay, we're on this window. All right, I found it. I got too many. I got 3 monitors and too many windows. But the one I was just talking about with the, where'd it go? This is one angle is kind of right here, just a lot more chiseled look to her face here, and it's not selling it. But yeah, this is made to look like her hair, which is not.
It does. That's definitely her hair. That's really weird.
Yeah, that is weird because on the actual still from the show, it's not hair. So maybe they'll come back and fix that because it is really off-putting. This is a good angle here for her though. Really nice. The other thing they didn't quite do is there was another shot I think somebody posted when they announced her. It was like a little meme thing that they posted, and I don't have it pulled up, but it was a shot of her shooting the fire at Boba, and she's standing there like full frontal and everything, but her pants looked a lot tighter than like almost skin tight. But you see a lot of that, baggage and stuff here.
Yeah, it's not the case there.
Which you don't get the impression that would even be in the pants that I was referring to. So hopefully they'll tailor that up a little bit. But I also know that they need to give the figure room to move. But here's all the stuff she ships with.
Yeah, wait. What is that? A cardboard stand for the? Oh yeah,
it's the cardboard thing that you just never take out of the box. That's
yeah.
The generic cardboard.
Yeah, it's a bit random, and they've included a random wall for this one.
Yeah, they got her hips right for Koska, but the clothes themselves need to be a bit more tailored. Because this should be like almost skin tight here, which.
Oh, you said on the show it's skin tight.
Yeah, for posing though, I see it and I can get it, but it also I know that it's not supposed to be that way, so it kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
So you can't win. You can't win with a figure like this.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely pre-ordering these as soon as I have some money set aside. It's day 1 pre-order for me, although it would be more like day 380 something but I'll pre-order it. It's definitely on the list. It's going on the spreadsheet as pre-ordered already, even though I'm not pre-ordering it yet. So both
Nice.
her and Axe, I'm going to have to jump on both of those.
Really nice.
Yeah. And
You,
other news.
Yeah, you are getting Bo-Katan, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, Bo-Katan I actually did a first batch for. So that's going to be another one I'm going to have to see what Toys Wonderland does with me, especially since they're now changing their policies that you can't pay the shipping up front at all. But I've already paid for the shipping on her because I've fully paid her off. Like I didn't do it.
They better honor that.
Yeah, they better honor that, because if they give me some crap again, dude, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you guys are done.
Yeah.
I don't care what you got going on, man. You could have some beer flavored nipples or something. I'm just not buying from you. It's not happening.
Yeah, I've just been hearing so many negative things about them recently. It's just no point. In my opinion,
trying to give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit because they have some of my money. That's part of it. So
yeah.
She's got. We didn't look at her boots. So is that a split? God, get the text off the boots.
I know. I don't think
God,
so.
you're killing me, Smalls. Let me see the boots. Come on, Smalls. Give me the Jesus Christ. That's the only way we're going to see the boots.
No,
that is not split. It's not like these are like coveralls over a boot, so it is kind of like a split cut, but there's no seam there, and that looks like it's pleather.
I don't think the joint won't act like a split cut. That's for sure.
No, you're gonna have this whatever material here.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, where they like cover the shoes like that, almost like leotards or whatever. Yeah, they do that thing, but it's gonna be more pleather over her feet, which is kind of bad. Not my first choice, but what can you do? What can you do? So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and we got to talk about last night. All right. So this dropped, of course, and we're already pretty hyped. We're like, wow, that's insane. And then I stayed up until 3 a.m. my time, which is when Book of Boba Fett came on. When did you watch it?
I watched it probably like an hour and a half ago now, around 3 o'clock my time. Well, 3 p.m. my time.
Well, at least you get to sleep first, and I'm gonna have to watch it again. But man, so the episode starts out. You don't see Boba at all. There's no Boba.
Yeah, I know.
There's the lead up, the recap, and then it goes straight to the Mandalorian. The episode's called The Return of the Mandalorian.
Yeah. It should have just been called The Mandalorian, because that's all it was. And I'm not complaining, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
No, I'm not complaining either, but I'll say the first 5 to 10 minutes of it, which it seemed like it was like that long. It could have been shorter, but it didn't feel rushed at all when you're watching it. But the first few minutes of it, when he's doing that first job, I'm like, why aren't we like just bringing him to Boba? Why are we watching this? Where is this tying in? Why am I watching a Mandalorian episode? As much as I'd love to see him, I was actually wanting to see just anybody else that was tied to him as being brought into the show. I didn't want him carrying this show.
No, same.
So it was.
But then
he
came in swinging his dark saber, and it was so cool. I forgive him for doing it.
But this is turning into as Mike Hall says, a Mando season 2.5. Almost, because he's going to be prevalent in the rest of the show. It looks like. I mean, this whole episode was just setting up, calling him in.
I know. I was just waiting for Boba to show up and waiting. He just never did. It's like, I remember the end of last episode, we were all like, all right, there's 3 episodes left. How are they going to fit the story in 3 episodes? But now, because this episode has been all about Mando, they have to fit it in 2. It's like, so that does slightly concern me, but yet again, the story was amazing. So,
well, the other thing that really got to me, and I wouldn't say it was in a bad way, but so we had this whole episode of just Mando, right? And at the end of the episode, we'll touch on this a bit later, but at the end of the episode, it sounds like the next episode is going to be more focused on Mando. And I'm like, what are we watching here?
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
I enjoyed my time spent, but I'm confused.
Yeah. Like, if next episode is like even if half of it is about Mando obviously going to see his little friend, then
well, I was going to touch on that later, but all right, fine.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Spoil it in the spoiler review. I see how you. What's up,
Oh,
Ray?
sorry. Well, I won't go into what it means, but if it is that, it's going to be difficult. Well, from what I can see, it's going to be difficult to fit any type of story in like the last episode for Boba.
Well, obviously, he's bringing him in to deal with the Pikes, right?
Yeah,
That's why we're bringing Boba or Mando in. I'm hoping he goes and gets Bill Burr on his way because I want more Bill Burr. I want a reason for Hot Toys to make that figure. I love Miggs Mayfield. I think he needs his own show. I really do.
Yeah. Especially after the season 2 episode.
Oh, such
his
range.
Acting was unreal.
Such range. So we get Mando. He's on this cool ass space station. Now, I don't know enough about Star Wars lore. What is that station? Do you know?
Oh yeah.
Do you have any idea?
I got you on about the ring now.
Yeah, the ring thing.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, am I watching a Halo trailer? I was so confused.
Is this Elysium? Are we
I got no idea.
I mean, what's going on?
I didn't know what was going on with that, but I thought it was awesome, but I had no idea what I was watching when I saw that massive ring.
It was really cool. I just wish we had like the Russo brothers moment of just like putting a tag of where the hell we were.
Yeah.
Like,
or like in Rogue One when they had it in the bottom left.
Yeah, just something, Brooklyn or Bronx or whatever, just those big tags that he does. I just wanted one of those popped up and go, okay, that's awesome. We'll see. Sure, I equal Bill Burr. Why not? If he has DonPrime, though, he equals Bill Burr. So unsolved mystery. Anyway, so we're here, which is apparently where the rest of his covert is.
Yeah.
And we see the armorer, and we see Paz Vizsla.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to survive.
I was stoked.
I know. I thought we saw his helmet in the end of season 1. I swear we saw it.
But no, man. And what I'm loving about it now is with those two appearing. If I collected these figures for the wrong reason, I'd be sitting there just waiting to take those bad boys to the bank. The armor and Paz Vizsla are both coming to the bank now. Especially Paz Vizsla because he's sold out. But he's gonna skyrocket even more as far as the figure goes.
Oh yeah,
armor. I think people are gonna put aside some stuff and be like, okay, she's gonna be actually a pivotal character in season 3 because that's what they've set up. They have to get their approval to go further with that dark saber.
Yeah.
They've said that they don't approve, so he's got to go to Mandalore. He's got to go to the waters of Mandalore, and like whatever ritual that she's requiring before they'll rule, and she's going to have to say she's him or her and Paz Vizsla are going to be the ones that have to say.
It's clear Mando still wants to be a part of that covert.
Yeah,
I mean, she's definitely going to be in season 3. She must be.
And the fact that she threw Bo-Katan under the bus.
Yeah,
I mean, she chucked Bo-Katan. She's like, Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I was wondering if they were going to address that because I hadn't watched it personally, but in like some season of Rebels, then they handed over the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, right, without combat.
I love how they saying for the longest time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever anybody would ask me, like, why is she able to take it before and not now? I was like, obviously things got foobarred when she just took it because she wasn't supposed to. She even at the time when she took the Darksaber, when Sabine handed it to her, she's like, I really shouldn't do it this way. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And she took it anyway. And everybody was so confused. You'd watch YouTubers and everything be like, oh, they broke the lore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, this is why Mandalore is gone. This is something got foobarred, man. It did not work out with her just getting handed that saber. So now she wants to get it properly. Now she wants to fight and get it properly. So,
and then we saw that flashback of what happened when she was given it. That was awesome.
I was not expecting her T2.
No, I was not.
Or Terminator moment with the flashback of the Purge, man. I was like, no.
When you saw that army of bombers in the sky, that was awesome.
Dude, I think at that point, I was in our group chat going, holy effing shit.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. So I might have missed a scene or two. I'll catch it on the watch back. But I was like, I was like, oh my god! And I missed the K2SO room. That's when I was texting. I shouldn't have been texting. I missed the K2SO. So when I go and watch it with the wife tonight, I'll see that
Yeah.
part.
Oh yeah, that was all. I'm hoping that's a path to a reissue or a release, but that would be awesome.
Dude,
That was
my
just such an
wallet's
awesome
screaming.
scene.
My wallet's screaming, and I just don't understand how they're going to give Boba Fett his due now. I mean, they gave. How would you feel if you were Tamora Morrison? You had 4 episodes of
I
complete
know.
buggery, and I'm trying to use that word because I feel that it's not as dirty as some of the stuff that us would say, but from my understanding, over in Europe, it's pretty bad. But whatever. But we got 4 episodes of just bleh. And then Mando shows up and just cleans up. He just takes
Yeah.
over the show. It was like almost like watching Captain America Civil War all over again. It's like strong guy, strong stuff going on, and then all this other stuff comes and takes over the whole Captain America of it. Or in this case, Boba Fett of it.
Yeah,
What's up, Exotic Carfax, Bob Dylan, single songwriter, Gino? How you guys doing? Ben, I'm sorry.
That's all right. You definitely got to feel sorry for him because in all these interviews, because everyone's been bashing the show, he's been saying, "Oh, don't worry, wait until episode 5, 6, and 7. They're amazing. Like everything's gonna make sense." And then the episode 5 that everyone adores, he's not even in. It's just so I feel so sorry for him. Like the episode everyone accepts as like the best episode, he's not in.
Oh my god. Actually, we've been talking spoilers for a minute. Let me actually create a banner. Spoilers.
Yeah. It's in the title.
I know, but there we go. We're just gonna add that show. There we go. Woo, covered. But no, it was, dude. I'm completely just flabbergasted. I'm killing myself for not reading more Star Wars stuff now because obviously my education in Clone Wars and Rebels was not enough. I mean, I still want to know what that ring is. I want to know what that Elysium place is.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what is that supposed to be?
I mean, it could be something new. You never know.
And what about that cute little droid we saw? That cute little droid. I want that little droid, the one that gets attacked by the, I don't know, whatever it is when she goes to make him his ship.
Oh, the Fallen Order droid.
Is that what that is? A little Fallen Order droid?
It's from the game. That was all. When I saw that, I thought the Cal Kestis were going to show up, but no, he didn't. But yeah, that droid is from Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. That's an awesome droid.
Hold on, H Green. It is very clear in my banner and everything. Spoilers. So if you'd like to come in, of course, you have a link. And if I've spoiled it for you,
oh sorry, H Green.
It said spoilers and everything. It's a spoiler. I think he's making a joke though because I just put up the scroller.
Just kidding.
Songwriter. Book of Boba Fett was originally just a trilogy, and all the other episodes are like getting extra scenes in a DVD box set. Favreau never had enough story written to make 7 episodes. That's sad, because watching it, I felt like there was so much they could have been doing. Like for the 4 episodes we're watching, I was like, there's so much story. I mean, they could have just done a whole from that 5 years that he's traveling with the traders. I mean, instead of doing all this time jump, just make stories up with that. He's obviously getting in good with those. I would have been fine watching that.
Yeah, same.
Maybe have somebody realize he's alive and come hunt him down a little bit or something. Just something.
Yeah.
The fact that.
Oh, go on.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, the one thing they could have done to keep it interesting and not just throw away those characters is keep the Hutts twins. That was perfect. And then the next episode, they just got rid of them. It just doesn't make sense. If you had them there constantly challenging Boba, that could have, that could have been it. Him taking territory from people.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know why it's such a non-crime show, but he wants to be the crime lord. It's like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. And
it's
then
not a crime show, but
yeah, it's so funny that Mando comes in and just kicks ass at the start with the dark saber. It's so brutal. It's just you were waiting for Boba to even shoot his gun, and then Mando comes in.
I was a little sad though that I didn't realize that the dark saber did that to somebody. The whole you have to not fight the sword, but but the person you're fighting because it gets heavier over time. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know what. I
I had
didn't
no
know that
idea
either.
about that. But that again is because my education is not in any of the books. It's just just what's been on the television. Exotic Carfax. He wants to pull it back to the figures. Koska looks like Dominique Tipper as Naomi Nagata from The Expanse. I can't see Naomi from that. No, I'm sorry. I have to agree to disagree on that. Hold on. Let me find another picture so you can. Actually, now I'm seeing. God dang it! Now I'm seeing it. Make it stop. I don't want to see her. That's better. No, it's still. Damn. Exotic Carfax. I
Can't unsee it now.
I can't unsee it. No.
He put those laughing face emojis in there for a reason. He knew what he was doing.
Oh, evil son of a biscuit eater. Oh. Yeah, we'll see. He's still on about the droids, man. He's made several comments about the droids. We want droids, yes.
I want droids.
We want the super battle bot that was advertised with these announcements. Initially, we want, of course, I want Cobb Vanth. I mean, when this dropped, I was like, all right, Cobb Vanth. And then last night dropped, and I'm like, now I don't know what I want. I want everything.
Yeah.
I feel like Gary Oldman from Leon the Professional. Just give me everyone. It's just crazy, man. And my wallet's like, no.
Begging for his life.
See, single songwriter. I have a feeling that I guess it's Mando made a round knob for Grogu as a piece of armor. I doubt that. I mean, I think he's got the knob packed in there, but I don't think he made a round knob. It looks like he made some kind of chainmail.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
So I think Grogu's going to have a little piece of chainmail, maybe like a little skirt.
Yeah.
Just a little loincloth kind of thing. I don't know. But we'll see.
I do find that kind of weird that last time we saw Mando was obviously like it was, Grogu was leaving, he was emotional and everything, and then the next time we see him, he is possibly just going straight back to him type of thing. It's like there was no. Well, I'm assuming that's what we're going to see next episode, but there was like no gap in between type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where they're going to pick up because we're not done with Mando yet. We can't just say where they're going to pick up at. We know next week he's going to probably be heading over to go see Luke and Grogu because they're chilling together, they're hanging out. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting way ahead of ourselves. So he ends up going to the convent. He hooks up with the armor again. So that figure is going to start selling out on the sideshow. If anybody knows what they're talking about, what they're doing. What's up, About Future? How you doing? Dirk Wright, Doc Smizzle, FBJ. Paz Vizsla is going to shoot up on eBay. I think his prices are just going to start soaring because more and more people are going to try to scoop him up now before he gets more expensive. He's a very limited figure. I don't think they're going to make him again because there wasn't really anything new to add to him. It was the same figure.
Yeah, just a little shield, really.
With that shield, yeah. Would they make a whole new figure just for that shield?
Look at Venom. I mean,
don't tell me that.
No, I think the thing is Paz Vizsla is the type of figure that is going crazy in the secondary market, but then if they release it again, it's not going to be anywhere near the top on the bestsellers. Realistically. It's a pretty niche figure, in my opinion.
Hey, DeLorean. I mean, this is something I was feeling as I was watching the show, too. Luke is definitely going to train Den on how to use the Darksaber. What do you think, man?
Yeah, that's actually a good
Are they going to do that in this next episode and make it span like 3 years of training or something? Or maybe he's just going to come hang around with him because Grogu is still kind of attached. We're just going to be like a little family for season 3. It's going to be Luke, Grogu, and Din Djarin just chilling around, riding around while they both get training from Luke.
But if that happens, what even is the show at that point? Like, what happened to Book of Boba?
Like 2.5, whatever Grogu is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I'm not averse to any of that. I'm like, you know what? If they can make it work, in the Mandalorian right now, I trust. Book of Boba Fett is another story altogether, though. Right now, Book of Boba Fett, I'm not trusting, even though it's got the same showrunners, with the exception of Robert Rodriguez thrown in the mix as a showrunner. Jeff, if you didn't see the episode, don't be here, man. Spoiler discussion.
This is an amazing episode to not get spoiled.
Yeah, you don't want to be spoiled here. I mean, it's probably too late. I've seen you in the chat for like a little bit now, but damn, Jeff, damn. It does say spoiler on the tag, right? Toy Talk Book of Boba Fett Episode 5 spoiler discussion. Koska Reeves, Axe Wolves, Hot Toys. All right, it does say it. Okay, all right. Sorry. About Futures asking an interesting question too, because we're now talking about the dark saber and its weird weight properties. My question is, what training got Moff Gideon? Who trained Moff Gideon to use the dark saber?
Yeah, I just assumed with the way the armorer was talking how you got to concentrate on fighting your opponent, not the saber. It's like Gideon, being an evil kind of guy, that is what his mind will be concentrated on, is fighting who he's fighting, type of thing. And he's had it for years as well, compared to Mando.
Yeah,
since the Empire.
I think though, when you look back at their fight, I have to watch it again. But when you look back at their fight at the end of season 2, Mando and Moff Gideon, I think he started. If this is the way they're going to do the lore, I think he started fighting the sword. I think so. Moff, he seemed to start. The way I'm recalling it, again, I have to watch it again. But the way I'm recalling it, it seems like he was kind of hefting the sword more towards the end of the fight, like maybe he was starting to doubt, and which made him fight the sword more than fighting. That's. I'd have to watch it again, but I think there's probably, knowing Favreau, there's probably those subtle hints in the fight.
I find that pretty cool as well. Like, let's say that law existed for the Clone Wars as well as Darth Maul never doubted himself, never had an issue as soon as he picked it up. I find that pretty funny.
Yeah, Darth Maul was all about it. Jeff doesn't care. He's been on every spoiler stream for every episode. Well, we're not as cool as you, Jeff. Hey, DeLorean. Darth Vader apparently, according to Exotic Carfax, Darth Vader trained Moff Gideon. Okay.
Who knows?
I'd have to read. Tell me what book that's in, please, Exotic Carfax. That'd be great.
I don't think
Hey, DeLorean. Hey, DeLorean, it says, with Koska and Axe PO announcement, and then them not appearing in this episode, it's a kick in the nuts. Book of Boba Fett. It is, too. It's like, hey, man, here's some Star Wars for tonight. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You might see these guys. Crossover, yada, yada, yada.
Well,
no.
to be fair, when I look back at Mando in season 1, the first few episodes, Book of Boba, the first 4 episodes, I can't really think of a figure for them to make except for Black K.
Yeah, Black.
But Mando, the first 4 episodes, all the Mandalorians, Quill, Mando, it's just I can think of so many figures that, because there was so much variety of characters. But compared to Book of Boba, it's just been nothing going on, really, is it? I mean,
to go into single songwriter's question, I think that goes back to the fact that you have to fight the opponent and not the sword. I think Bo-Katan ended up fighting the sword as well. I think that's how she lost it to Moff Gideon, because she always felt in the back of her mind that she didn't deserve it, because Sabine handed it to her. She didn't win it, properly and feel that she deserved it. Let's see.
Yeah. Gideon probably didn't take it from her in the most legitimate of ways anyway.
No, he didn't, I'm sure, but he probably deserved it more than Bo-Katan did. I mean, and he ended up learning how to work around the limitations. But I think during the fight with Mando, he started to doubt himself. I think that's what it was. Sideshow really wants me to order these figures right now. I put them on my RSVP, and I got an email this morning when they put them up on their site, and now I'm getting texts. I'm like, Jesus, man. Jesus. Let's see. My calls, Mando figures being announced on Mando only episodes makes sense. Yes, it does. Let me just see if there's anything else we want to touch on here. And thus, the single songwriter of the prophecy of the dark saber came true when she lost Mandalore and was blown to hell. Yeah, exactly. What the armor was saying about Mandalore has already come to pass because she was given the saber. I mean, I don't know how much of that was like playing out, like this is what happened, this is why I'm telling you the story this way, or versus how much is actually in the scriptures. But yeah, either way, according to her, this has already happened. This is this is how it's going to be. And what she hasn't put together though is that Din Djarin is the one who's supposed to finish the rest of the prophecy, because it sounds like it now that she's told us the prophecy that he fits that bill. So
I was surprised that after what you said about his helmet, that she herself didn't challenge him to the Darksaber. She just let him walk away with it.
Yeah, she probably would have taken it from him if she had done that. But I don't think that she's always been more about the cover than anything else. And I think that she feels that he's going to go. She knows him. He's going to go atone so he can be reinvested in their covert. And she knows that he's going to, because he just went and did the mission, return the kids back to the Jedi, which she probably deemed as an impossible mission and task in and of itself. So I think she's got every faith that he's going to do the right thing and not just run around wielding the saber going, oh, it's me, I'm the boss. You do what I say, not what I do. So, let's see. But anyway, so they got in this, Paz Vizsla challenges him. And
I thought that was cool.
If he had taken that dark saber right then and there, oh my God, the market would have been even more crazy. He would have been instantly, like overnight. Like we woke up this morning, you look on eBay, he had been all relisted for like $1,000. But the other thing is also he would have been reissued with the dark saber.
Yeah, that would have been a reissue then. Shield and Darksaber.
Yeah, Shield, Darksaber, done. We got a new figure.
Yeah. When Din dropped the Darksaber and he picked it up, at that moment I was fully expecting him to take it, to be honest.
No, I knew it was going to weigh him down. I knew he wasn't ready for it. I personally, I was like, nah, he's not going to be able to move with it. He's
being cocky and he's like, oh, my family.
Yeah. It was great to see him. Was that Jon Favreau's voice though? He sounded a lot darker, like a lot
very different, wasn't it?
It kind of had some notes, but was it somebody else playing him that kind of was emulating
I wasn't sure if it was.
I can't tell. I'd have to go look at the credits. But the whole time I was watching the credits, I was like, "Are we getting an after credit scene?" So I wasn't paying attention to who was who. And then of course they do that thing where they make you watch the whole thing before it gets small. Let's watch the Boba Fett
after all the concept art.
I'm like, damn it. As it progresses further, you're like, maybe we're gonna get an after credit scene. Maybe, because usually it's like when they get to the cast, it gets small, right? But no, you're like, and boom, under the helmet. Damn it. Wouldn't that be crazy? Grogu ends up wielding the dark saber. You're talking about getting the training to wield it.
That probably won't happen. Oh well,
I don't. He's a foundling. You heard Din say it. He's a foundling. Even though he's been returned to his kind, he's a foundling, and she made him armor as a foundling.
Yeah, true. Maybe in the future, but he is like still a little baby at the moment, isn't he?
He is 50 years old, so maybe the training is going to just snap him out of it. Maybe the baby, it was more of an act thing. He has been trying to survive. They said that he's been hiding his power and hiding all kinds of stuff. Maybe he's a bit more conscientious of what his awareness or what's going on than he's been letting on, even to Din Djarin. I don't know. It's a far-fetched thing, but not completely out of the realm of possibility. Let's see. Single songwriter. So glad I got Heavy Mando and the armor from Hot Toys. I got a feeling we will see them again in season 3. Oh yeah, we're not done with them. We are definitely not done with them. Hey DeLorean question: was the whole weight of the Darksaber canon? I don't know. Hey DeLorean, does anybody know? That'd be great, because all the information I have is from the shows. The Clone Wars, Rebels, and of course Mandalorian. I have not read much about the Darksaber in books. I don't even know which book would have it, because the whole legacy versus the new canon stuff, it's been kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Exotic
He
Carfax. I have to
he,
watch
ac-
it again now.
he actually said, "Have you seen one of these?" I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I have to watch that again now. 'Cause now you're making me question my whole reality, Exotic Carfax. Don't do this to me, man. You've already messed up Koska Reeves' head sculpt for me. Don't keep doing this to me. Single songwriter who tends to know his stuff. Let's see. The Dark Saber was made by a Mandalorian that was also a Jedi. The armor. Yeah, I know. We're aware of that. And apparently a Vizsla. He's apparently related
Yeah,
to Vizsla.
that name drop was apparently like the guy that was built up massively in Legends or whatever. So it was an awesome name drop.
Size doesn't matter, Hadalorian. Size doesn't matter. Mike Hall's Mando season 3 will show him returning to Grogu and being trained by Luke or something. Dude, he's returning to Grogu now. Next episode, we're going to see Grogu.
He said
He's
before he works with
got to give
Boba.
Grogu his stuff before we go any further. He says, "I'll help Boba Fett, but I got to go. I got to do a thing."
Yeah. Which is like, are we really going to put all this on pause when we have so much to resolve just to go back to Grogu? Do you know
Well, I mean, they could be totally messing with us, and he goes off camera to go see him, which would be devastating considering how much time we just spent with him to get him into the show. To be like, okay, next episode, you're back to Boba Fett and whatever BS we're dealing with there. You know, we'll let Robert Rodriguez give you some more Power Ranger bike chases, and while Mando goes and does the Grogu bit that we all kind of want to see now.
Yeah,
well, we definitely want to see what the hell exactly he made or had made.
Yeah, exactly. It's been built up now. We want to see it.
And according to Exotic Carfax, I don't know if he's choking or not. I don't know if he's joking. I think he is with the laughy, smiley, curly, like to the side face. But he says that it can adapt to the size of its user. I don't think that's true, but we'll see. Okay. Mike Halls. The weight is mentioned while Kanan is training in Rebels. Okay. I haven't rewatched Rebels in a while. I started to, and then I kind of stopped. Mike Hall seems to think we're going to skip it and wait to see that part in season 3. I really hope not. I really don't want to do any more flashback stuff. Except for like maybe a flashback to the Purge or something that's really far back that we have to.
I hope we see more of the Purge. That was awesome.
But flashing back to like last week because they don't want to show us last week in chronological order. No, I'm done with that. Please, Book of Boba Fett, stop it. Just stop.
Yeah. Flashbacks are more of a season 1 thing. If there's flashbacks still in season 3 of Mando, it's like, what? Come on, just tell a story.
All right, Exotic Carfax, who seems to have his ear to the ground. No, wait, he's the guy that's been lying to me. I can't trust him. I don't know if people songwriter for a second. I know they're not the same person, but they sometimes seem like it. It's weird, isn't it? Let's see. Hadalorian, looking forward to more flashback. Oh, come on, Hadalorian. That's just hate.
We won't
hate
see
right
more
there.
He said he's fully healed. We won't see more back to flashbacks.
No, he's going to be in bed with his silk sheets from now on, dreaming of the whole flashback that way. Back to Tank is gone. We're done with that thing. No more sleeping in the water, sleeping with the fishes. So anyway, we're only at the part where he goes and gets challenged by Paz, and then at the end of the fight he wins, and the armor's like, "Hey, you ever take it off your helmet?" And Paz is like, "No, of course not. You've been here. We've been hanging out. We've been eating and drinking, but nobody can see it because we go walk in the other room when we have to go to the bathroom. That kind of thing." But then, of course, Mando, who can't really answer the question, finally says, "Yes, I've taken it off."
Yeah.
He should have followed up with, "And I liked it." Because he did it multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But no, he didn't. He he's like, "I took it off," and she's like, "All right, well then, you're not one of us anymore, and GTFO, and go do this other task until you're one of us again." And and he's gonna go do it. He's gonna go do it. We know that.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, I thought that was an interesting way to tie in because obviously Bo-Katan wants to go to Mandalore to rebuild it. Now he has a reason to go to Mandalore.
But how's she gonna feel about him hanging out with Bo-Katan? I mean, what he should have done once she name dropped Bo-Katan and just chucked her under the bus, He should be like, it was her fault. That's why I took off my helmet.
Yeah.
It was all her fault. She told me, and she made me believe that she was the rightful ruler of Mandalore, and I did what she said.
Yeah. It actually was her that started to, poison him.
Where the doubt
She
started
was like,
coming
"This
in.
is the way." In that episode, yeah.
That would have been hilarious. Just take a whole minute and just do a complete out of the box, like
It was
it
her.
wasn't me, man. It was the one-armed man. Yes, please, guys, if you like the content, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing. Thank you for helping out with that, Will. Appreciate it. But all right, so I don't understand where we get the Tatooine though. Apparently, whatever the crazy woman, she sent him a text or email or SMS message or maybe a phone call with a rotary phone. I don't know, but she got a hold of him somehow and said that she's got a replacement for the Razor Crest.
Yeah. When I first saw the ship flying to Tatooine, I was like, "Oh, that the episode up until that point was awesome," and then I was like, "Oh, so he's happens to be on Tatooine," but no, there was a reason he was there.
Dude, so. I've completely skipped the boat trip over to Tatooine. Dude, was I the only one freaking out? Like, why did you just put that Darksaber in the box, dude?
Oh yeah, what was that about?
Just leading up to somebody stealing that shit right there. Just
yeah, I know.
That's not gonna be there when you open it.
I know. Surprised everything was there. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, don't put that in the box. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Nobody knows what that is. You could just be like, it's to help me find my car keys. I don't know. It just hangs on my belt. I like it there.
It would have been funny if he pulled like way more weapons out of him though. When he pulled all the weapons out, he just pulled out like 5 pistols all over his armor.
Ooh. Look at this. Mike has got some interesting. Maybe we'll get Sabine. I don't know. Sabine was just cast though. I don't know if they've had time to get into that, but that would have been a good thing because she has wielded the Darksaber. She had training from Kanan. Sabine would be a good person to train him. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But she was just cast maybe a month and a half ago. So I don't know how they would have had time to shoehorn that in.
Wouldn't she also be like, who the hell are you? Why doesn't Bo-Katan have it?
I think he'd maybe call up Ahsoka, and then Ahsoka would bring her to Sabine. Bring him to Sabine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. maybe next season, maybe that will happen because they'll have time, but it won't happen in Book of Boba Fett. So either he's A, not going to have any more knowledge than what he already has on how to use the Darksaber, or B, we get like a Rocky montage with him and Luke, and it'll be like 5 years later. I keep going the wrong way. The camera's this way. 5 years later. There we go. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, he goes to Tatooine because what's her nut said, "Hey, I found your replacement for Razor Crest." That's what she said, a replacement for the Razor Crest. And of course, he thinks it's another Razor Crest. We want it to be another Razor Crest because when I saw that thing, I was like, man, this is not a Razor Crest at all. What were your thoughts when you first saw what she? I mean, I think it was spoiled too, so we had an idea. At least I had an idea of what we were going to see. But what were your thoughts when you saw the ship that she thought was a replacement for the Razor Crest?
Well, I didn't actually know what it was at first, but when they uncovered the full thing, obviously and zoomed out, I thought that was, I thought it was awesome. I think I instantly, I think fell in love with that ship quicker than I did for the Razor Crest. I'm not going to lie, it's just. I instantly, I loved it, to be honest. I think it suits him as well.
I don't mind that particular ship and the design of said ship and all that stuff being in there, but I don't feel like at any point would that be confused as a replacement for the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest had a cargo bay for one. So like you got some bounties, you got a place to put them. Right now he's gonna be like having to sit on these guys, double up, and make a carbonite seat out of one of them until he can go turn in a body or something. He's got nowhere to put it.
Well, he lived in that Razor Crest, didn't he? So
yeah, you could live in it. Exactly. He's
faster.
He's a fighter, but this is not a replacement for the Razor Crest. This is a replacement as just a ship.
No, a ship. he clearly wants another Razor Crest. He's probably going to get another one.
I don't think he's going to be long for this vehicle. I think this vehicle is going to be used in some kind of fight, maybe even with the Syndicate, and he's going to lose it, and then he's going to get a Razor Crest. Or what they'll end up doing is he's going to keep the ship, but he's going to no longer be bounty hunting because he can't use the ship to bounty hunt. He can't.
No, yeah.
No storage. He can't do that. He can't carry any gear. He can't sleep on the ship. He's gonna a strictly a day driver. It's like if you bought a Lamborghini and an SUV, you're gonna be driving a Lamborghini just when you want to show off and go somewhere real quick. It's not for any kind of job. Like if you're gonna buy a table or something, you're gonna bring the SUV. So he's not gonna. We're not gonna see this ship for long unless they completely change what he does.
No, yeah, that's probably the ship he's going to use while he's not bounty hunting, going to Mandalore to join back the Covert. While he doesn't need the space, then he'll, at the end of the season, it'll probably be like a, reveal of a new ship.
Ooh, single songwriters like, don't worry, we'll see a Razor Crest again, and the engines from this will be moved into the Razor Crest. That would be interesting, giving him that speed, that power.
If he does get another Razor Crest, I hope it is like different to the one he had before.
I love that original design, man.
Yeah, it is awesome, but
and everything, I just loved it. It was beautiful. It was so sad. I was more sad though that he lost his rifle.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that until like towards the end of the season 2 that he just lost his iconic rifle.
It was in the ship, dude. He didn't have it with him.
Yeah, I know.
It was in the ship.
Lost it.
Speaking of weapons, though, we completely bypassed, I think, the fact that we melted down the Beskar spear.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
So the only figure that we're gonna get that has a Beskar spear will be that season 2 Chrome Mando.
Yeah,
it's the only one that's gonna come with a legit Beskar spear. It's gone. So if you want a figure with a Beskar spear and you don't want to just order a printed one, that's the Mando you're gonna have to get. Period. Or wait on eBay and buy the accessory later.
I know like a lot of Black Series collectors and vintage collection, they all like made loads of custom Beskar spears for their Mandos, and now he's just never going to use it again. So
yeah, I made one too. It's probably not the best representation, but it does it. It works.
Yeah.
But when my 3D printer was working, I made one. I made the leg plate. I made the Beskar spear, and I made a really bad dark saber. But those are the breaks. But yeah, we melted it down. There's tons of other stuff she could use that metal for, but apparently something we learned tonight or last night or today or whenever you watched it was also that Mandalores don't use Beskar for weapons.
Yeah.
Which apparently is false because look at the whistling birds. Those are made out of Beskar.
Are they?
Oh. Yeah.
Well, and the dark saber, didn't she say that was made out of Beskar as well?
It was a different type, but yeah, that is also true. But I think in general, the rule is they don't make actual weapons because they can kill other Mandalorians. They don't make weapons that are Beskar, is what she said. But then again, you get your whistling birds, and as you point out, the dark saber, which is a different type of Beskar apparently, but that's also made out of Beskar.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Just if we say the dark saber is like the only Beskar weapon, only like the leader has the Beskar weapon, and then everyone else doesn't.
Single Songwriter seems to think that this might actually get Howard to finally make a Starfighter. So, yeah, Howard, they did tease back when they were doing the Phantom Menace Hot Toys stuff. They did tease this Naboo fighter. They put a figure in the cockpit and was like, here's the figure. And I think they might have given you the figure. I don't remember because I wasn't buying those Hot Toys then. But I remember I seen promo pictures of a 6-scale figure inside the Naboo fighter. It'd be interesting to see if they revisit that fighter now for Mandalorian.
Yeah, I doubt anything like that will be released, but probably like at a convention or something, it might show up.
Mike Hawes, this is interesting too. The N1, which is the Naboo freighter, would fit on top of the crest and have it detachable. So we're kind of going on with the Ghost and
I was going to say, yeah.
What's the little ship called?
Phantom, is it? I can't remember.
Phantom, yeah. So that kind of combo, that'd be kind of cool. Actually, I could rock that. I could go with that, and there would be your change to the Razor Crest. It's got a docking collar with an extra ship on it. So that'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Single Songwriter. What's stopping Howard from making 1/6 young Anakin? Because as a kid, that's what's stopping him. It's just a weird thing to make. Just kids.
And I don't think that will do well, really, would it?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't buy a young Anakin because the kid couldn't act either out of a paper bag anyway. Single Songwriter. Filoni will probably be made by Hot Toys as an X-Wing cop. Filoni wasn't in this one though. It was the other guy. He was like a product or designer, right? The guy with the white beard.
Who was the other guy?
Who was the other guy driving?
Oh, the other guy driving was who played Luke Skywalker in the end of Mandalorian season 2 under the deep fake.
Okay. The guy that was the body for Luke Skywalker. Rock on.
Yeah. That was him. And I noticed he was in a blue X-Wing as well, which I thought was interesting because they all got destroyed in Rogue One, didn't they? So I thought it was interesting.
Is Watto the guy with the white beard? I don't catch his name.
No, he's he was Anakin's master when he was a slave. You know, the blue.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I should have known that, but I didn't because I was not thinking of that. Let's see. Mike Hall is the hilt is Beskar, not the blade itself, so it's not a weapon. Yeah, I guess this is true. To be technical. What's up, Noble Young? I challenge you for your show. This is the way. All right, here, man, you can have it. We're not really talking about hers. We'll do that. That way everybody can see Ben. He's not hidden.
Yeah.
Let's see. To Coffrey, at the end of the day, I'm glad I still have my OG and Beskar Mando hot toy. I'm less interested in a Boba hot toy. Mando is the most feared bounty. Ooh, if OG fan was here, oh my god!
Speak of the devil.
Is he here? Is he here? Oh snap! How dare you, Takathri? Look at that. Oh, I had to scroll down lower. I was still too far up there, but damn, OG fan. It was like you were called out of the void when somebody dissed Boba Fett on a live stream. You were just like, I put in the
has been summoned.
You summoned me. You said Beetlejuice 3 times. I missed this here. Let's see. Mazda Toy Box, Bitter Asian Dude. Check out his YouTube channel. His name is Paul, and he does unboxings every Sunday night. All right. I will do that, man. Bitter Asian Dude. All right. That's
I know this Boba. Obviously, he's not a bounty hunter anymore, but I do hope, like live action, like maybe an Andor or some sort of series during the Empire, we see Boba being a badass bounty hunter. I mean, we need to see it at some point, don't we?
Dude, we need to come back to that. He needs to put those laurels aside and actually find a balance, kind of like what the Punisher does, with Marvel.
Yeah.
We need to equate it to that because we don't, of course, want a facsimile of something that's already pretty awesome. But they do need to find that balance. Like I'm rewatching the Punisher right now, particularly season 2, and because I skipped season 1, even though I like Micro, the story is a bit dragged out.
Really?
Well, for the mood I was in at the time I hit play, yes. But there's a lot of him kind of trying to be pacifist about things, but also keeping that mindset where he knows he's got to switch on, and be the Punisher. Boba hasn't found that yet. He's just like, I gotta be a good little boy now.
Yeah.
Mommy gonna be mad. I'll get a spanking. Make Boba great again. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a hat. We're gonna have that made. And on the back of the Maz's Toy Box. Make Boba great again. You heard it here first, guys.
Official merch coming soon.
Official merch will come soon. As soon as I get monetized enough to afford it.
And I get 50%. Anyway.
I'll send you a few toothpicks that say make Boba great again. With a Sharpie. We're gonna do that. Make Boba great again. Definitely gonna doing that. But we've got it documented, trademark right here. Boba. That's a good equate there too, Jeff. Boba's like Professor Hulk right now, but not in a good way at all. Like he doesn't bring anything to the table anymore because Ming has kind of taken over his job of Tatooine. She's like, that's a great idea, Boba, but maybe we should go this way. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. I left the coffee over there. We should go do that.
But even though Boba, people are complaining like Boba's not doing the killing, and it's like, let's say Boba was the leader of the family, like even if he let Fennec kill a few people that were obviously dissing him, I wouldn't have an issue. But it's the fact that Boba goes out of his way, like when he said to Fennec after she threatened the Major Domo, he goes, "Oh, that was a bit hard, wasn't it?" And it's just like, what? The Major Domo is like playing you, and Boba's saying to Fennec that she's been a bit too hard on him. And I'm just like, who is this guy?
Yeah, I think Finnick's actually second guessing a
Yeah,
little bit
I
her
mean,
choice to stick with him.
I kind of hope she is. I mean, because he could get people killed, which is the opposite of what he wanted.
I hope she loses her mind, kills all those Power Ranger kids, and then Boba's like, "You're right, I've done messed up."
Kill the Power Ranger kids.
That would be the best episode ever.
As long as
That
they
is
die.
that's the season finale right there. She just goes, she just snaps. She's like, I'm done with these colorful bikes and these damn kids, and you don't listen to me anymore. You don't do what I say and say what I do. It just postalizes the Power Ranger kids and also destroys the Vespas while she's at it.
I mean, she's still technically, because that episode, what was it, episode 4, that established that she is still technically free. I mean, she doesn't have a life debt like we thought she did to him.
No, we assume she did, but no, she's choosing.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's choosing to be there, so she has no reason to put up with him at all. So I do see her maybe snapping at one point, because she is what I thought Boba was going to be, and Boba doesn't like it for some reason. That's really weird.
Yeah. Jeff seems. First off, I'm sorry to hear that, OG fan. Why is your Tusken Raider beat up, man? You need to go find the Ace Ventura delivery driver and ask him about that, and make sure he didn't take your dog. Jeff has got this interesting idea that Finnick is going to die and Boba's going to kind of punish her out on everybody else. He's just going to lose it.
I'll understand if that happens, but I hope
I don't want that to happen. I like Finnick. I
Same.
want to keep her around. I think she's a good, because all these shows, any show that you watch, really, you got your main character, but then there's the supporting cast that's there. They're generally safe, you know. Maybe like season 6 or 7, they'll kill one of them off, but by that point, they've made like a 6 or 7 person team, TV gang, and you know it seems to be the model that they all go with. But I think Finnick's going to be one of those ones you just don't touch, because Ming-Na Wen needs to get her due. She's never gotten it, you know. And I think this is Disney's way of saying thank you. Here's a big supporting lead kind of role, and you're going to be big on that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's any real reason for her to be killed off either. I mean,
no.
I don't see any real reason. I'd be like, oh yeah, that needed to happen. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think it needs to happen. And really, between the two of them, I think the Finnick can hold her own more than Boba Fett can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think Finnick would be like, I think Boba's going to get killed, and it's going to be the Finnick Shan show at this point.
I would not be surprised if Boba gets killed. But
I hate to say that. I hate to put that out there in the universe.
Yeah,
we don't want that to happen, but you know, there you have it.
I mean, it seems like he's going to get killed by his own actions at this rate.
He's going to be like, "I love you, Rancor."
Chomp. Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett over.
That's what I kind of thought was going to happen when he was standing in front of the Rancor. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I was just waiting for that puny god thing.
Yeah.
Thunk, 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 Avengers moment. Let's see. Mike Hall says the build up. He has tried the nice way. The hard way is coming. Rancor riding, flame throwing, rocket launching Boba. The Power Rangers are going to power up, and the bounty hunter will be there. The Power Rangers could do whatever they want, but so long as they ride those ugly Vespas, I have no faith in them. None.
The thing is, I was saying this.
That looks like it's done something in its life. Sorry, it's been a little showpiece, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. And I was saying that though before this episode. I mean, is there time for him to redeem how soft he's been in 2 episodes? And we kind of know at least half of the next episode is going to focus on Mando still. I mean, that's kind of hinted. So is there really enough time to redeem him? I don't know.
I don't know. It really depends on if they go get Boba and bring him to this little excursion to go see Grogu or not.
Yeah.
If they go get Boba and bring him, and Boba sees Luke,
yeah,
that could change everything. I'm
thinking that might solidify who he is trying to be, because he might see Luke and be like, "Oh, I forgive you, mate," you know, because he likes to say mate and bugger all the time. I forgive you, little bugger, you know. Like, I see him, if he actually sees Luke, I do see him saying something like that, like, "Oh, I forgive you."
Well, I mean,
because he's trying to eat. Because
Luke didn't shoot him in there, man. Han did. Han's the one that was Boba Fett. Boba Fett where?
Oh yeah, true, but
so Luke didn't do anything. He was just like,
no, true.
I was just trying to get away, dude.
But if who I was going after basically contributed to my death, I mean, I would, I would ask a question. That's for sure.
Yeah, OG fan wants to get more Tusken Raiders. I'm sure we're gonna get the black ones though. Don't jump on those yet, man. Jeff, don't listen to me. I also think Boba is Zord. Boba gonna get stuck in the tank and start commanding the Power Rangers. Mike Hall says the next episode is The Gathering and 7 will be The Reckoning. Is that what they're called, or are you just kind of throwing those names in there? Because The Gathering would make sense, really. But we shall see. Let's see. We'll see. I would love Finnick to take over the palace and Boba Fett just bantha off into the sunset retirement. Or Mythosaur. I mean, they didn't make a mention of Mythosaur in this episode.
True.
Single songwriter, I got a feeling the finale will have many characters and a almost endgame scenario. And single songwriter, what you're saying usually tends to pan out because you seem to know somebody. He says maybe Luke and Boba join forces to fight against the Pike and remnants of the Empire. I could see that happening. I really can. It's not what I want to have happen per se, because I don't want Boba to get carried. I want Boba to be able to have his own show and do his own thing. But I will still, like with Mandalorian this week, I will still enjoy every minute of it if the story makes sense.
Yeah. I'll still enjoy the Star Wars. It's just I want Boba.
Yeah, I just want Boba to get his dues for being Boba, for being the perceived badass that we all thought he was since 1979. When was Empire? 80? 19? Shit, I don't remember.
When episode 2, when obviously the Hutt twins came in, I was like, okay, Boba's not going to get carried. There's a clear plot being set up now. You know, for the rest of this is episode 2. I was thinking this.
I thought the whole thing was going to be them two, but no.
Yeah, and then they literally go away soon. This next episode starts, and then he has no plot, so he has to get carried, and it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, they really rushed him out, and this is what I feared when they were like, "Let's do a Book of Boba Fett show." Same thing with Kenobi. Kenobi's got me kind of on edge.
Yeah,
too.
same.
Like,
this is getting
what
me
is
worried.
The story really going to be? Because Kenobi is supposed to be, on Tatooine, pretty much watching Luke. That was his job that he was left with. His best friend / Padawan is no longer, and he's going to, watch his kid.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not going to go run off and play somewhere else. So what are we going to have him doing? And I'm concerned that what they're going to have him doing is fuck all, like they got Boba Fett doing.
Yeah, just all I see that as being is a series. There's no really any point to the Kenobi series, really, is there? Like, everyone obviously wants it. Like, I know I'm going to get hated for saying that. Everyone obviously wants Ewan McGregor to come back and for there to be a Kenobi series, but what really is there to be done? I mean, Darth Vader shouldn't really know Kenobi's alive until Kenobi's on the Death Star, and he's in the show. So it's like, what's going to happen there?
He was surprised in New Hope. He was like,
I haven't
felt the presence, and he thought Kenobi was dead.
Yeah, when I left you were the master. It's like, well, come on, like.
So either Vader's going to go and get his ass kicked a second time, because that's. I mean,
but then that would
we
be
want to hold true to that canon of the New Hope.
That would break it again, because it's like, Vader is still like, because should be Vader in his strongest now, shouldn't it? In his prime, really.
Yeah.
So like, if he's going to get his ass whooped again, it's just like, all right, okay.
But yeah, OG fan, Grogu is getting some Beskar. He's getting the Beskar spear, or at least the little nubbin of it, made into something for him, because it's not very big. The package is like it. In fact, they even had it the shape of his head when he was on the transport looking at it. It was kind of like the Grogu head shape. So it's not a big. It looked like some kind of chainmail. We'll see exactly what it is next week, I'm sure. But yeah, Kenobi's gonna be fighting Vader on the Obi-Wan show, and I'm skeptical how that's gonna go out, man. What I'd like to have seen is like a live action version of Ahsoka versus Vader from Rebels. I would love a flashback for that, because that means Hot Toys would give us that Vader that I've been craving, that Rebels Vader.
Well, about that, like the fact they cast Hayden, there's there's no point of having him in the show unless his face is shown. So
Yeah.
it must be a flashback, or his helmet does get cut off. But then if his helmet gets cut off, how does it get cut off? Kenobi's fighting him. Why is Kenobi fighting him? It's just like, I don't really, unless like for some reason Hayden's only in the flashbacks and Vader's in the show only to be in the show and it's just showing what he's doing during the Empire. But I doubt that, because otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah. What's the point exactly? Single songwriter is suggesting that we need to all pick up our Qui-Gon Jinns. I didn't buy Qui-Gon Jinn because I'm not a huge fan of the prequels.
No, yeah.
I mean, they're placeholders in my footnotes of the Star Wars history for me. They're there for some lore. The rest of it is really bad acting and hard to watch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you are younger than me and grew up when those were your Star Wars, and for that, mad props for you guys for sticking with the franchise after watching that garbage. I kid.
Shots fired there.
But seriously, I'm glad that you guys are into this universe, and into this fandom. Of course, however you got here, I'm glad it worked and didn't dissuade you. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
There are more power in numbers, of course, and but I personally have never been huge enough. I like Liam Neeson. I liked his portrayal, but I didn't like what buying that figure would have to say to my collection. I guess you just I would give kind of validation to those movies. Now, Clone Wars, I will buy some stuff for Clone Wars.
Yeah, I personally really like the prequels, but the thing about Qui-Gon is like, well, I think Mars, like I'm pretty picky with my figures, but Qui-Gon just did not contribute enough to warrant me spending, $200+ on him.
Not like Darth Maul, who got more play when Clone Wars came out.
Loads more. Yeah,
returned to life. And we were like, wow, Darth. This is why I own every Darth Maul, and I've got the other ones on pre-order. He sold me when in Clone Wars. Actually, I was like, this is awesome. At first, I was like, Darth Maul. I mean, he's cool looking, I guess, but he's dead. But I mean, he wasn't good enough to even last one movie.
I'm actually disappointed he died in Rebels. I'm going to be honest. I wish he was one of the characters that made it to Mando and stuff like that. Like that timeline.
It'd been great if somehow he made it, and maybe at least just get that same thing done in Mando. But
but let's be honest, it was always going to be Kenobi had to kill him in it. That was inevitable.
Yeah,
it had to happen.
Inevitable. We're digressing though. We're moving off. Let's try to rein it back in. Everybody wants to bring us Lake Studios. What's up, man? How you doing, Brian Hepburn? Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm going to kind of skim through a lot of these here, because especially if we're going over Kenobi and stuff, I don't have a lot to say about it. We're more or less talking about Book of Boba Fett right now, guys. So I am reading your comments, of course, but we're not going to feed that discussion just yet. We're going to go back to Book of Boba Fett. So I think they waste a lot of time building this N1. In the episode, I like the fact that they kind of worked on it. I like the fact that he's now got his own ship. I like the fact that he went and took it for a test run and got pulled over again by the cops, essentially. But I think it was just filler at that point. It was.
It reminded me of. I just had deja vu of when him and Queel repaired the Razor Crest, but at least that kind of. There was a reason it was like broken.
And it was shorter. It wasn't the same length. It was nowhere near that long.
They did make a choice. Oh, sorry, go
on. Can you hold the conversation for a second? My wife just came in, which means the dog's going to bark. So I'm going to mute the microphone real quick. I'll be right back.
I was just going to say that the ship being broken and everything, when Mando got there, they obviously made that choice, and the ship could have been all ready to go when he got there to reduce the filler, but I guess they had to fill out the time somehow. And Mike, I think, is definitely chainmail for his for him. Maybe with a mythosaur symbol somewhere as well. Not mythosaur, what's it called? The horned beast. Oh, what's that called? That's gonna annoy me. Yeah. Yeah. OG fan. The way he looked at it was obvious that we're going to see Grogu in that, whether it's in Book of Boba or Mando season 3. He's definitely going to sit in there. I mean, there's a reason that I swear she even brought it up. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, he probably does know Anakin's Vader because didn't he see the hologram of Palpatine calling Anakin Vader, like "You are now Darth Vader" in the prequels? Didn't he see that? Like Palpatine said something like, "Oh, well done, Vader, for killing all the Jedi" or something. I swear Obi-Wan watched that. And if Kenobi left Anakin, he knows he left Anakin how he did, and he knew who Anakin was, the chosen one. There is definitely in the back of his mind he's definitely thinking Anakin probably survived. So we did kind of digress to Kenobi a bit here. We'll warn you.
No, that's fine. You had to do what you had to do to keep the conversation afloat. I was my wife came home and I took that moment to use the restroom because I have a bladder of an infant when it comes to that because I'm sitting here drinking the whole time. So yeah, but the dogs were barking because she came home from the dentist. So. What did I miss though? What did I miss? We're talking about the Naboo starfighter a bit. I see.
Yeah, I said they could have made the choice to he shows up and it's already done kind of thing. Like they made the choice to build it up in that filler. And do you realize that Jawa was like super hairy as well?
Yeah, he was. He was. Of course, she mentioned that he was hairy. She was like fuzzy. He was also a little bigger, a little chunkier. It was kind of funny. But one thing that I noticed with the N1 is it could be tied to the Obi-Wan show coming up.
True.
That could that Naboo fighter could be tied to Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's
I was just about to say, someone told, I can't remember who it was, but someone said that Kenobi went to Tatooine on a Naboo starfighter.
Yeah.
Could that be the one?
It's very possible. And Kenobi, of course, is gone now, which is very confusing because I keep thinking that he's alive. Like he's got this show coming up, and I keep thinking he's alive now. Like during Book of Boba Fett, during Mandalorian, I'm like, no, he's gone. This is 5 years after, actually more like 8 years probably after he died. So yeah, I keep getting confused knowing that's coming up. That it's not in this continuity; it's in the past. So it's a little tricky. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has this problem, like just going through your head half the time. Let's see, OG Finn, the security hologram did reveal the making of Darth. What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, because Single Songwriter said Kenobi doesn't know Anakin's Vader. Well, he does because he watched the hologram where Palpatine said to Anakin,
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well done, Darth Vader. So he knows Anakin is alive.
I think Mando bounty hunting is over. I think he's. I don't think he's, especially that ship. He's got nowhere to put his bounties unless he kills everybody and brings heads with him. Then he can store them in the astromech compartment.
Yeah,
he's a stack of heads.
I think he always did bounty hunting for a purpose, didn't he? Like at first it was funding the covert, then it was to find the covert. When the episode first started, and I thought he was like super angry because obviously he's not with Grogu anymore. I just thought he was back to bounty hunting, and he was just super angry.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I love the fact that he brought back the opening line from the show.
Yeah, that was cool.
Episode. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. I was like, oh, I've missed you.
And it's crazy how awesome it just was watching Mando, and like that's what we should feel about Boba. Yeah. That is what we felt in season 2 of Mando, but now we just don't feel it for Boba.
And then he forgot how to fight, and he just tried to wield that dark saber, and just instead of killing the whole room with whistling birds. I didn't quite get that. He took them out in Tatooine.
I preferred that. I was like, right, it's either the cheap way of whistling birds or the brute. Like I loved how brutal it was with the darksaber fight.
But he obviously can't wield it. Oh, for the love of God, the dogs.
Yeah, true, but it was awesome to see it at work. Like because we haven't really seen it properly doing stuff that brutal since the Clone Wars, really.
We didn't see it properly either. He was basically falling over trying to use it.
Yeah.
The whole, I mean, he burnt himself, for God's sake. He burnt himself.
True.
Even.
But I was actually... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead.
I was surprised we saw, like, in the shot, we saw him put the Darksaber, like, cut someone in half. That was on the table. Like, we saw it.
Cool.
I was like, wait, is this a Disney Plus show? Because usually they hide it, don't they?
Yeah, I was waiting for blood to start dripping out of the bag with the head too, but then I remembered it was cauterized. So good times. They did a good job with that. What was that race of creatures? The dog face creatures, though. I don't know. I have no idea. Single songwriter, do you know?
I think one of the crime bosses, like from the last episode, was the same race, weren't they?
Cujos or something is what they're called. The Cujo race. Yeah, that was kind of awkward, but we're moving backwards and not forward again.
Yeah.
So we had the repair montage, and of course we got to see the guy that we now know is the guy that played Luke Skywalker. He was the first X-wing pilot you see, and then the one from the last season of Mandalorian. I think he's been in all of them, right? As a pilot.
Yeah.
And single songwriter. This was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. She so far has done some really good work. She's a big fan of Star Wars, which really is nice. She puts together very nice, cohesive episodes that you don't feel like when you're watching it like you're getting rushed at any point. In fact, this episode, even though it was only like 40 minutes long, felt like it was like an hour and a half. When I was watching it, it didn't feel like it was long in a bad way. It just felt like very fulfilling long.
Yeah.
Klatooinians. Okay.
Klatooine.
All right. I was wondering what they were called. I was just going to call them Cujo, but all right. I know it's not Saint Bernard, but one of them could be. We don't know. But yeah, so they fixed the ship. They get it flying, and what threw me off though is that Mando knew like of something that she didn't to put in that ship to make it even better. That just seemed like just a reason to bring the Jawa on the screen, kind of, and talk about the Jawas for a minute.
Wait, Mando did what? Sorry.
Well, when Mando asked her if he could ask a Jawa for a part, they get that big rod or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they put that in the ship. The fact that he knew to ask for it when he doesn't seem like he's the most handy ship guy. He can kind of. I get the impression he doesn't feel his way around, but I didn't expect him to know like particular parts that would just make his ship even more uber than she had already planned.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird, but I think it was just used as a reason to put the Jawas back in there, just to have them in there and go more into their lore or something, because she was like, I pay them by letting them sift through my garbage in the back.
Yeah.
But the fact that she dated one, that was
that was
a little weird.
It was funny.
They even have faces or just eyes, right?
I know. It was funny watching her speak the language, like watching her mouth move, trying to speak the language.
Yeah, when she was doing that, and they did the voiceover of the language. OG fan says the Hutts took over Tatooine and enslaved the Dogmans. That's more lore. Again, with the two different timelines of lore, you get your legacy and then your regular, whatever the new canon is. It's very confusing to what to read to keep up with this stuff. But yeah, now the Mando gets left with a quest to go to the caves of Mandalore and finding that water so that he can come back to the Children of the Watch. He's going to do that, and he's going to get Paz, because Paz is now going to follow him if he does that. As long as the armorer follows him, Paz will be following him now. So that should be interesting, and we're going to see more Paz. So there might be a chance to get another one, but right now, I think people are going to get FOMO and want to find Paz, and that figure is going to shoot up. In fact, let's look on eBay now and see what Paz Vizsla is going for. That'd be curious, right?
I'm just thinking of possible figures from Book of Boba. With like, just from the top of my head, the low amount I can think of. If they want to release a lot of figures from the show, he could be one of them. He definitely could.
10 cents got him for $520. But that's not the best. There's $539, $560. But there are some early 400s on here too.
I'm pretty sure that he's still in stock in the UK. I can't remember.
He sold out at Sideshow before he even got off a pre-order. So
yeah, well, we in the UK you get them like a few months after Sideshow get them in stock. Then the retail, so because like Solo Mall is still in stock at a retailer here.
Really,
for example, yeah,
you should pick that one up. You don't have him. He's a great figure.
I don't really like I said about the Qui-Gon. It's like I'll know that's the Solo Mall, and I have no connection really to 5 seconds of screen time. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't get him for the 5 seconds of screen time. I get him because he's, as much as I'm going to like some of the Clone Wars Mall, the legs look better for this one, and you can kind of.
True. I'm waiting to see the the final product pictures of Clone Wars Mall, because I hope they change the head sculpt to like a Clone Warsy one.
Yes, they need to go more of Clone Wars. They can't be reusing the head sculpts that he's got, that they got on hand. They couldn't do the DX 16, 17 head sculpt, worst case, but not that 18. Don't get rid of the head sculpt.
Just looks weird, doesn't it?
So Single Songwriter thinks that maybe Hot Toys will make the 2-pack Jawas and 2-pack of those droids. Howard is smiling after watching episode 5 this week. I like the little droid, man. That little droid that started off that scene that was really cute, and it would be great to tag him in with a few of those little bots that she's got there. I would probably want those, little droid set. Particularly if you can push them down, or at least come with like little versions of them squished down. Maybe not actually fold them down, but like when you're playing with your action figures, whatever you do with them, pose them around, you can decide to just put the little squished down version out instead of the full standing one. Sorry, go ahead.
He does like quite a lot in the Fallen Order game. I mean, if they release that version, like he's used as a grapple hook. He like projects out a map. Like there's quite a few accessories they could, if they wanted to, add on with him if they made him.
Well, OG Fan is saying that heavy infantry is still averaging 400, but if you see he's climbing. The people are relisting him higher, closer to 5 now. And I think
I was going to say they're going to do that.
These are brand new listings. I think he's being put back up for higher, seeing if they can get more money out of it. So, and 10 cents usually not too far off from the going rates. Because he's where I bought my Robocop at 209 from, after he'd sold out with everyone else. But
I buy quite a lot from him as well. Well, I used to, anyway.
Who was this listing? Condition new, Japan quality, 646 rating. He's got him at 669 now. I'm trying to see when the listing was, though. It doesn't work. I don't know eBay well enough. How do you see the listing? Like when they listed it? Oh, last updated January 23rd. So that was before. Here's one for 1,000.
Wow.
And this was
you can check like sold listings to see what people are actually paying.
Yeah, this is also the 23rd too. So it's weird that he's going up for 1,000 now. It's like somebody new, and this is from Japan quality as well. Didn't I just say the other one was Japan quality? Yeah. This one's $1,117. Same seller as the one that had it for $600. There's one for $943. All, I bet you, from the same people. No, this is Happy Mimpy. He's only got a 98% rating, though. But this one was updated on January 16th. So people are trying to push his price up.
Yeah.
And I think what's going to happen is after the show, the listings that are still here for 400-ish, 400 to 425, they're going to start selling. If they haven't already. In fact, let's look at the sold listings and see how many have been sold since today.
Here in the UK, not a single one has been sold today.
All right, let's look in the US. January 26th, one was sold at $385, $380. 25th, best offer was accepted, so around the same price, I think. $389. All this, the 25th, there's 5 of them that were on the 25th, 26th. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 4. 4 of them that were sold within the last day or so they could have watched Book of Boba Fett and knew it was coming.
Yeah. Well, there's not a single one yet in the UK, surprisingly.
Let's see. So Mike Hall is, I don't know if this will show up for me to link it, but he says, did you remove your helmet? Yes, I needed to have a head sculpt to sell more Hot Toys. Damn you. What must I do? Wear new armor for season 3 instead and keep that helmet on you, ugly. All right. So Lake Studio says, you guys think we might get a fight for the dark saber between Mando, Bo-Katan, and the descendant of Vizsla? Things are going to get hit real quick. Well, the descendant of Vizsla is Paz, and he did fight Mando. I don't think Bo-Katan's going to fight him for it.
That if she was going to fight him for it, she would have probably done it before he left the ship, and he clearly still has it. I mean,
I think that would have happened before they went about their different ways. I think she would have been like, all right, let me fight you. But he said he wasn't going to fight her either. And I think that could be part of it. She might have to put him into an actual fight. But I think that she didn't really want to fight him. I don't think that she wanted to fight him for it. I think that she was just glad that a Mandalorian got it back secretly. Just glad that
she looked angry that he had it in the finale.
I think initially, yes, but she also looked kind of relieved.
She might just let him do the dirty work, like rebuilding Mandalore, and then she'll nab it for herself.
Yeah, she might let him do the heavy lifting and then try to take it. That's very possible. Everybody's talking about the K2SO. They can release K2SO as a generic KX series with the flashback Mandalore scene. This is true. I don't know if they will. They don't seem to have a lot of Book of Boba Fett figures right now that are even possible. You got Black Chrysanthemum, and I mean, who else? Who else really deserves a figure so far that we saw in Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, literally, it is pretty disappointing, actually.
Yeah, but, I mean, we got Fennec, of course, but she's kind of a tie between the two.
Yeah, I mean, her pictures are from Mandalorian.
Yeah, definitely. So, what can you do? I'm kind of behind here. Let's see. Where are we at? So Brian thought that we were going to introduce Cal Kestis with the BD-1 droid, and then was a little disappointed when Pelemoto came on screen. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, if he just came out of nowhere, it would have been a bit weird at the same time. Like, not even hinted at, just out of nowhere he's on screen. That would have been a bit weird.
Cal Kestis, he's from the game, right?
Yeah.
Who's Pelemoto though? Is he also from the game?
I think that's the woman in the episode today, the ship woman. Like, he was disappointed when she came on screen instead of him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, yeah. I've read it. I understand. I told you guys. I just woke up. Single songwriter. Next week, he thinks Heavy Mando prices will rise along with the armor after everyone gets a chance to watch episode 5. It'd probably be then, but I think we're starting to see a little bit of a move now. I think there's been some people buying figures, which is going to cause those relisted prices to take place of the prices that everybody's able to buy it at now. I think that those are going to be the new prices, and that's what you're going to be stuck with.
The more I think about it, he got a lot more screen time this episode than I think he did in Mando season 1. It's so possible he could get another figure when I think about it.
It's possible. I really hope they don't, though. I really, not because I want to be one of those people that have something that other people want or something, but it's more or less because he got shat on as a figure. People were like, "You can't pose him. I'm going to sell mine," and you know what? Those are the people I want to kick now. I'm like, you know what? You should have had a little bit more faith. And yes, you can pose him. You got to do a little work to him, but you can pose him. I went and edited his fat suit. I can pose him pretty well, actually. Although I really like the pose he's in, so I haven't had much cause to change it. But those are the people.
Is that the one from the photo?
Yeah. I still have him in that walking pose. I love it. I think it looks great.
Awesome. And there's also other things to get on with. I mean, he has already had a figure at the same time, so it's like, is he really a priority? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Brian Hepburn says, I thought it was a little odd that Mando asked the armor about Bo, but not Boba. That is a very well. Boba did insist that he wasn't a Mandalorian.
Yeah, it was clear Boba didn't care about Mandalorians.
And probably after seeing Bo-Katan's reaction to Boba, he probably felt it best to just not bring that up. I don't know. Can't say for sure though. We're only hypothesizing here. That's what we're doing on this show.
And she probably only know of him, not know him, because he wasn't really ever involved with Mandalorians anyway, was he? He was just
No, she would know Django.
Yeah, she probably
let's see. The green pigs, maybe I can see Hot Toys make the Gamorrean guards. It's possible, but Hot Toys, as it's been pointed out several times, they don't like to make aliens.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll see and get a Cad Bane, and he's an alien. And we'll of course get the Wookiee. I'm pretty sure we'll get the Wookiee, Black Chrysanthemum. But
yeah,
I don't know who else they're going to go with. I mean, and I don't think they're going to even bring in Boss, because if they got Black Chrysanthemum with them, Wookiees hate Tradoshans or whatever. That'd be kind of hard to pair them up, because you couldn't trust the Wookiee to behave at that point, considering what he just did in that bar. Whatever, the cantina, whatever. And Boba was there for that. He saw it happen. So he's not gonna be stupid. He's gonna be like, yo, boss, why don't you come give me a hand? And by the way, watch out for this Wookiee. He might tear some limbs off,
Are we really going to start bringing in everyone in the last 2 episodes? I mean, that would feel pretty annoying as well, I think.
If we get anybody else added to it, it's going to be people from The Mandalorian. I think we're going to get people that we've seen from The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Maybe a Cad Bane. That's more me hoping, though. I don't think we're going to get anybody else new to introduce like all over again.
No. I think... especially now Mando's on Tatooine as well, Cobb Vanth is a bit more of a possibility, because obviously Mando knows of him more than Boba.
Cobb Vanth, too bad. I want him so bad. Single songwriter is saying maybe Cal Kestis may make a cameo in Book of Boba Fett finale, then think in-game cast of characters from all walks of life.
I don't really is it just me, but I don't really care about an end-game event type of thing. I just want shows of characters. I don't care if they all end up in the same show and they all come together. Like even to the point where sometimes I actually don't want that to happen. Like if we see Grogu like on Book of Boba, it's kind of inevitable now, but it will overall be a bit disappointing that he had to be on the show.
Well, they could go and cheap out on Grogu though too. They could just have him fly there, and then like we'll have that kind of that bit where they the character is going to go drop something off, and you basically got Finnick waiting in the car for him, and he comes back out. You don't even see the interaction with him and Grogu.
No, if Mando goes to Grogu, they are going to show that, and Hasbro are going to make a crazy amount of Grogu's from the Book of Boba.
Whatever piece of armor he just got. They're gonna be like,
exactly, chainmail on it, exactly.
Here's Grogu with his G-string thong. Enjoy. That'd be crazy. I don't know what kind of what do you think this armor piece is? It's obviously a piece of chainmail. We saw chain links. It's something chainmail-esque. What do you suppose it could be?
I don't really know, and it fits in that tiny little bag. I didn't really know what it was going to be.
Chainmail is surprising. It's heavy, but you can ball up. I don't know, like a whole shirt for him would be.
Yeah, I was going to say like a whole armor piece, but I don't know. Maybe just something with the I forgot the name of it, but the horned rhino symbol on it. I can't remember the name. Oh, the mud horn. That's it. Maybe like Mando wanted something with a mud horn on it as well, just so Grogu remembers Mando. I don't know.
So maybe some kind of shoulder thing with this chain link. It's got a mudhorn signet on it.
That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that scene, but who knows?
And then how much of it do you think Grogu's just going to play with it and chew on it and stuff? And
that's actually another thing. I thought it could just be like an accessory, like a necklace or something. I don't know.
But they could be misleading us entirely. That chainmail could be for entirely a whole nother. I mean, that was a huge spear to make a little whatever out of, So that chainmail could be a misdirect, and that's for something else entirely that she's working on. She's like, "Oh, we made some chainmail, but this is yours. This is for you here."
So, I know, like it wouldn't really make sense. But if his lightsaber hilt was made out of Beskar, I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. But I think she would consider that a weapon.
Yeah, she probably.
I know
That's what I mean. It
technically
wouldn't really
the
make
saber
sense.
itself
Yeah,
is a weapon, but it is contributing to the production
yeah.
of a weapon, and we
She
already
would
know
rather
where
that
she
go to
stands.
armor.
I don't think she would fudge those lines like that. Even though some people are like, the lightsaber is made out of Beskar for the dark saber, and it's not technically a weapon; it's just a hilt. But without that hilt, you can't wield it. I mean, it's technically a weapon still, kind of. Yeah, it'd be a cool idea though. I'm not knocking it for the lack of coolness, but I'm lacking it for the technicality that it
Yeah.
be a weapon. Let's see. You guys think we might see Luke in one of the following episodes? Yeah. According to Single Songwriter, he is on the credits. Mark Hamill is on the credits for being in Book of Boba Fett. Mike Halls, we have 7 people: Boba Fett, Fennec, Mando, the Tusken Ninja. Ooh, we could bring her back.
Oh, I forgot about
BK,
the Tuskens actually.
BK, Black Crescent. Dengar is who? And Bosk. I don't think we're going to get Bosk and Black Crescent together.
No. I mean, if anything, Bosk might be on the opposing side.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll probably give a nice 1v1 with Black K and Bosk.
Yeah, Favreau is, but as much as I usually keep him on a pedestal for doing no wrong, I am still holding, even though I think it's more Rodriguez's fault, I am still holding the first 4 episodes against him.
But to be fair, that the series is completely written by Jon Favreau, so
yeah, and he's the one who's making Boba Fett talk like he's got a story to tell or something, like he's calling Judy from Time Life Books and hey, I want to order this, that, all kinds of bullshit dialogue. But Boba Fett,
Tamara Morrison said in an interview,
Boba Fett.
Yeah, Tamara Morrison said in an interview that he was saying obviously he wants to talk less and be more mysterious, and he rang John.
And John Favreau was like, "No, you say these lines."
Yeah, exactly. So
take the helmet off. Do what I say.
It was also Jon Favreau that had a say in Boba being the way he is.
All right, I'm got behind again. Let me catch up here. Tunic. It could be a tunic. It would fit in the package if it was a chainmail tunic. It'd be very close. The package might be a little undersized for what you saw of like the Grogu shaped head. It might have been a little undersized for a tunic, but I mean, who knows? If it's dense, though, I think it's too small. But they could have just been fudging it anyway. I'm sure they're not sitting there going, "Well, that wouldn't be the right size if it was a tunic." No, they'd just be like, "Let's make a tunic and put it in a little Grogu shaped head." It's an underrobe male, but that would chafe. I'm just saying. Yeah, she only used the spearhead. That's all we saw her melt. Yes. Yes, we will both owe Boba. Both who? What? This is why I don't like being behind. What's up, Craig? What's up, man? This is a spoiler stream, Craig. Just so you know, man. Just got to you. Let's see. Remember that poster of Luke and Grogu using the Force to assemble his tiny lightsaber? I think Mando is the one that gives him the hilt. Dude, I would love that. I would love that. But I don't remember that poster at all.
It was a fan one as well, that poster.
Oh, was it? Okay. Fav did Iron Man the Russian in-game. But Book of Boba Fett episode 5 is worth checking out, Craig. I'm just saying. I know you don't care, but it's cool. About future, when dealing with lasers and all kinds of unique weapons, what a tunic can do.
Well, if it's Beskar, then...
Well, I mean, as a chainmail tunic, I don't see it really deflecting a lot of blaster fire.
True.
Because it's going to hold.
More for like lightsaber combat, I guess.
Yeah. It's probably just to practice more for lightsabers and stuff. Exactly.
Yeah. I was thinking that, like, if you're completely covered in Beskar and you've got a lightsaber, surely you just... Like, imagine having the Force complete, like, Beskar armor with chainmail underneath so you're all covered, and a lightsaber. Just be God, wouldn't you? That's the problem when you introduce something like Beskar. That's kind of what
Mando is now with the Darksaber. He's covered he's covered except for that thigh.
Like imagine if his cloth pieces were all covered in Beskar chainmail. Like That's the problem when you introduce something like Beskar, though. It's like when you say it's that strong, it's like you get thinking of how powerful it can be.
Well, so we had that going on, and then of course Phoenix shows up after they're done testing the ship, and they've done better reveals. I think it was kind of cheesy, particularly the way she delivered her lines when she hopped down off of there. But yeah, Phoenix finally shows up. Somebody from the Book of Boba Fett finally shows up in the last 2 minutes of the episode. Somebody, not even Boba Fett. We still didn't get him, but somebody shows up, and we get Fennec, which also leads me to believe that she's not going to get offed anytime soon. She's kind of carrying a lot of weight for this show. Not saying she's carrying it entirely, but she's carrying a lot of weight for the show. She's doing a lot of the talking for Boba Fett, because after this whole thing's done and he become mean Boba Fett again, he's not going to talk anymore. He's going to have a protocol droid just to interpret his grunts. He's going, yeah. Protocol droids. The great Boba has said. Single songwriter's right though. Grogu will become a Mandalorian and Jedi. Like what the armor was saying, Darksaber was made by a Mandalorian who was a Jedi 1,000 years ago. And that's why I was saying earlier, perhaps Grogu will grow into owning the Darksaber. That would be interesting, especially being that kind of creature. He's a foundling. He will be trained in the ways of it. And he is still considered a foundling and a Mandalorian foundling at that. So even though he's going to return to his kind. Let's see what Lake says. I also found it interesting how Mando said that the Beskar from the Darksaber is different from any other type of Beskar he's ever seen. Yes, I would like to know what the difference is. Like, obviously, they're not going to give us the molecular breakdown, but I'd like to know what that means to the material. Is it different because it was imbued with some kind of Jedi properties when it was being forged? I don't know. What do you think, Ben? What do you think?
I think it might be just more pure than what he's like wearing on his armor, because it was just so many years ago and hasn't been mixed with anything else. I think she said something about the age being the reason. I can't remember now.
It was probably the refining techniques are different. It's a more pure Beskar.
Yeah, probably. It's probably. I'm guessing it's like maybe stronger than the armor he's wearing or something, so it can't be broken. But I don't know. It's definitely had a. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you're good. I just don't want to lose the thought, but go ahead.
It's definitely had a shape change. Going it's a bit off topic, but
no,
shape
change
since Clone Wars. Because Clone Wars, it was like a squarey type sword, wasn't it? And now it's like quite round on the bottom. So I thought like the Empire like remade it or something, or like reforged it, but obviously not.
No, I think what it is it's just creative
stunts and stuff
between live action. But what I was going to say is, you know how we were watching Mando season 2, right? And he wasn't able to penetrate the Dark Troopers with any of his blaster or anything, make any kind of dent on it. And we assumed though he wasn't made out of Beskar.
Yeah.
But now that we know that that spear was made that it could penetrate the armor, and that's why they don't make weapons, were they made out of Beskar, the Dark Troopers? Is that a whole bunch of Beskar they can reclaim?
Yeah, maybe, but to be fair, Ahsoka didn't really cut into Mando where Luke cut into the Dark Troopers like butter, didn't he?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Exactly right. How did I forget about Luke and the butter cutting Dark Troopers? God, I told you I just woke up. Right. 2 hours ago.
I think it was just more like he went after the actual like, all the wires and stuff in between the head and the chest or whatever.
It's very possible too. But no, he sliced some guys right down the middle actually. So like vertically.
Oh yeah, Luke, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. It's not Beskar. He cut through them like butter. Yeah, Boba's preparing for war, or he's preparing to place an order on Amazon.
It's like he's preparing for war, but he's got Fennec, Black K, and people
Power
on
Rangers
Vespers
that are supposed to be pretty good at whatever they're doing.
Yeah, like we're like, why can't we have like the weak ways back, and just like more Gamorreans, and like what's happened to all those, like everyone that was under Bib? Like, what happened to all those people?
Right.
Just confusing that it just feels so empty, and the fact that he's supposed to be ruling Mos Espa, but there's just like 5 of them. It's just like it just feels odd.
Trying to find this meme here.
Yeah, the Vespa gang, Craig. I still like in the back of my mind. It's still like I don't actually believe those are actually real. It just looks so out of place, doesn't it, on Tatooine? But I'm glad we haven't
Yeah,
seen
the colors just don't work. I mean,
I
you
know.
look at Tatooine and it's all kind of dingy and dark, or not dark, but just, everything looks used,
Yeah,
and weathered. And then you have those bikes. They're supposed to be belonging to some kids that can't even afford water.
yeah.
And single songwriter sent me a photo. Cool. You sent it to me this way. It's probably the one I'm looking for. He probably knows what I'm looking for. Oh my god, why is everything? Ooh, okay, so that's the fan thing. All right, that's the fan thing. Wait, hold on. I gotta find a way to. Let's see.
Oh, is this the
Save
poster?
image. All right, hold on here. I'm getting to it. There we go. We went all the way over here though.
It's live. Yeah, Doc, this is live.
What was live?
If that's what you're asking. I don't know if he's asking if this.
Yeah, Doc, you want to come in, man? I'll send you a link. We're talking spoilers though, so if you haven't seen it, don't do it. I'm gonna get the link again, but copy.
Nah, I doubt it, Craig. I don't think she's coming back, like, ever. I mean, I don't see why she would get fired and then appear on the show. Bit random.
Who's that?
Cara Dune, Craig saying Cara Dune will show up.
Man, I really hope she comes back. I mean, I don't care about the politics. It's BS if you ask me. Here's that thing that he sent me.
Politics aside, she wasn't like one of the best actors on the show anyway, was she? Like, if we're being honest.
No, she wasn't, but it was kind of like that screw up kind of best friend. You know, he's like might be a screw up, but it's still your screw up kind of friend. Doc, what's going on, man?
Yo, man.
Talking spoilers.
Yes, we're talking spoilers. We were
talk
talking about the
some
figures
spoilers.
and everything. We're covering it all.
Yeah, I watched it right when I woke up. I know better than that.
Oh, well, your new blood to this. What did you think, man?
I thought it was the best episode of Book of Boba Fett, which is ironic because it doesn't have Boba Fett.
Boba Fett in there.
And my girl Bryce Dallas Howard directed it. So I don't let it not known that I'm absolutely in love with her as a director. So I'm really excited when I saw her name come across the screen.
Yeah, she's awesome. What Mando episodes did she do again?
The AT-ST episode when Cara Dune was first introduced.
That's it, yeah.
And then the Bo-Katan episode back in season 2, and I think maybe one more.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, she's had some definitely some work done.
Yeah.
And Mandalorian in the Star Wars universe, not on herself.
Yeah.
Just want to cover my bases.
Yeah, I've always loved her, man. Just great in all ways, man. She's like, and the funny thing is, I always used to get her confused with what's her name?
God. Kenobi, is it?
No, what the other redhead? Zero Dark 30. She was in It Chapter 2. Sloane. God, what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name right now? It's driving me nuts. But I always would get her confused with her for the longest time.
Another director.
Huh? Not as a director, I mean, just as an actress.
Right.
God, what was her name? Jessica. Thank you, Jessica Chastain. Thanks, God.
Oh yeah, the Interstellar, the daughter in Interstellar.
Yes, but then you just knew what to look out for because Bryce is she's got a little bit more something going on. I think, even though you can't help but think of her dad when you look at her too. It's kind of weird. That's a weird thing. Man. And then when you think of her dad, then you start thinking, why did you ruin the Da Vinci Code? That's just me though. That's where my brain goes. It's like, oh, that's the that looks like, oh wait, the Da Vinci Code. Ah, rage.
Rage.
Apple. God damn it. That was supposed to be his thing. All right, I digress. So is there anything in particular you want to pick up on, Doc, though, that you saw that you want to share your thoughts on, though? I mean, obviously,
I think Cal Kestis was teased.
Yeah, no. So
the little
I
robot, the little bipedal
Yeah.
robot. I think they teased Cal Kestis's appearance or existence. Yeah, the little robot that was doing the hologram and helping build the Naboo fighter.
Yeah, well, it definitely makes it a lot easier for them now they've got the CGI sorted.
Yeah, I think that might be. If it's not his robot per se, then it's of that same model in which we would hopefully see in the future if they do bring Cal Kestis live action.
No, I didn't even put that together. I heard people talking about Cal Kestis, and I've played the game for about a few hours. You know, I got a little ways in, but I didn't finish it. What's up, Penny? So it's not ingrained, you know, that bot and everything. Although I got to the point where the bot was there and everything. It's been a while.
Yeah, the second I saw that bot, I started freaking out because I thought we were for sure going to see Cal Kestis by the end of the episode.
Wait, we're going to see Cal? It's just so out of nowhere, wasn't it?
He could be with Luke Skywalker and Grogu right now, you know.
Yeah, he could.
And he gets the bot. No, well, in the game, the bot was on the ship of the people that recruited him, right? The little bot.
This guy, I think he was like an Imperial droid, and then it got damaged. He repaired it and became his friend. And
that was during the gameplay. That was during that lore. It wasn't like
he. Right, it was all in the game.
So why would that bot be on Tatooine then? Either they got separated.
I don't think it's the same one because his one is red as well, like red and bright.
So it's just teasing to the potential of Cal Kestis.
Yeah, right. That's because I don't think it was the same one either. I would hope it is just because like in the game you can kind of change the skins of the character a little bit, so it is possible. But I was like, maybe they are trying to at least hint because there were a lot of Easter eggs and references to other pop culture franchises like the Terminator with the K2SOs walking through the Halo ring.
That's Elysium ring.
Or whatever.
It
yeah,
could be either,
same, yeah. Halo got it from Elysium, and it's not an original idea, but
like I was saying about the droid, they've got the CGI model. The actor looks exactly like the character. So there's no issue with getting him in live action now.
And he's of the age too where he should look
exactly
in this time frame.
It is the guy that played the Joker in Gotham, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Ian and Shameless, if anyone's familiar with that show.
Yeah. So Cal Kestis was alluded to. Now, do you happen to know what space station or whatever that Elysium/Halo station was? Where that was? Do you know anything about that? We don't know.
I don't know where that was.
No idea.
I'm curious to what that is. You know, like, is that supposed to represent something other than a cool place to do some scenes? I don't know. I mean,
it looked like kind of like a. I was getting kind of like a vibe that it was like kind of like maybe like a Vegas-y type place, you know.
Yeah.
Just where he was briefly in that one scene where they're kind of in that one restaurant eatery. It just seemed like bad shady business goes on in this area.
I mean, in that place, I wouldn't be surprised if that was Crimson Dawn. That's what I thought it was going to be anyway when he walked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did kind of think that we would see something like that. That's with the chick who played Amelia Clark. That's her group, right?
Yeah. And she's been teased as being back with Disney for some stuff. Secret Invasion. So. She's in that. So.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's what kind of squashed my theory that she would be back in Star Wars, but you never know.
Well, she didn't die. You know, she went off to do the Crimson Dawn or Crimson whatever.
She would have to be slightly aged though at this point, because when we last saw her in Solo,
that was before.
I guess it hasn't really been that many years between Solo and Return of the Jedi, plus 5 years.
Well, I think Solo was six years after Revenge of the Sith, right? Or am I wrong there?
I don't remember the time. to be honest with you. But OG fans making an interesting comment here. I mean, because they're all harping on the K2SO. So he's not sure if it was talked about since the customer made me have to work at work. But weren't those K2SOs acting as Terminators on Mandalore? I kind of missed that scene. I was posting in the survival guide going, holy shit. At the time.
You just got to sit in the dark and watch the episode, man.
I'll watch it with my wife tonight. So
I got a good little chuckle out of that. I was like, those are T800s. T800s.
But the fact that the flashback were Purge, and were those K2SOs? I didn't get it.
Yeah, they were K2SOs.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Which made me kind of think, like, where is this all in the time frame? Like, when did Mandalore fall? Like, I was having a hard time gripping. Was that before New Hope?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, K2SOs were around before New Hope because
okay, so then is there a continuity error there because doesn't Rebels take place? Oh wait, fuck! When does Rebels take place?
Rebels is part of the.
It's before. It's like kind of in between, right? And then okay, but okay. So if it's still in before, so then we would have to assume that all that just took place then was after Rebels, and then when
Rebels
they blew up that dome,
all the way up until Luke Skywalker gets on the Emperor's radar.
Okay, because what happened was, and what we just saw today is they blew up the Capitol on Mandalore, and if I recall, like, so this would have to have been like right like after, because don't they go back to
after Rebels ended? Because
don't they go back to Mandalore though at the end of Rebels when Sabine's out there talking about
this when they get
battle
the Dark
Endor?
Saber to Bo-Katan is like towards the end of Rebels. It might not be the last season, but the season before. But right there is when they're on Mandalore, giving Bo-Katan the Dark Saber, and they gone in there and got rid of that weapon that zaps all the armor and stuff. Spoilers for Rebels.
I think it all takes. I mean, I don't think it's a continuity error, but I think it all lines up right then because they blew up that Capitol building.
Yeah, that was awesome,
and that would have to be after Rebels.
Yeah,
I love just actually seeing. I love just actually seeing like a sea of just bombers. It was just so cool to see.
Yeah, that was really nice. I was like, that looks really cool. It looks way cooler than it looked in Rise of Skywalker when they had all the Death Star or not the Star Destroyers all just pop up out of nowhere.
With all the Death Star cannons on each one.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the bombers flying overhead. That was
cool. with all these series, we haven't really seen anything like that like recently, have we? Like like loads of ships, like Imperial starfighters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see like a show or something that kind of like focused more like on the Imperial side of things when they were in control, or even like now that the New Republic is in control.
Yeah, I hope Andor we get a lot of Imperial stuff as well.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to see like the other side of it. You know, it's always like the Rebel side, if you will.
I just want to see more of what Rogue One gave us.
Right, exactly. That was some of the best Star Wars I had seen in years.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that movie theater experience.
Awesome movie.
Yes, 1 second, man. I'm sorry.
No worries. No problem. I didn't want to take up the entire.
No, you're good, man. I've been talking for 2 hours, man. Get your thoughts out there, man. It's cool. I was looking for Koska and stuff again, so I can have those windows in one thing and share that properly. So I just wanted to have this all in.
You get Koska next, Doc?
Yeah, I'm gonna get them both. I should have some coupons coming in tonight or tomorrow, so I'll probably make my pre-orders.
I was going to say they are on there, which is pretty good.
Yeah, and I think the prices on them aren't too bad. I was, definitely expecting like that standard $285 for Koska.
Yeah, same actually.
And maybe even like
close to $275, but yeah.
After they put Fennec at $270 as well, right?
Yeah, $270 is really not a terrible price.
I was going to say after doing $270 for Fennec, I don't think this figure's worth more than Fennec.
Right.
Zach Carfax seems to think Cal Kestis is going to be confirmed for Book of Boba Fett. I didn't.
Yeah, but if you scroll up, he's been saying Rebels happens 5,000 years before A New Hope. So.
yeah.
I do. I mean, but they have to bring. I mean, he's a good actor. The guy that plays and voices Cal Kestis. I mean, he's a great actor. Yeah. So I would hope that Disney would recognize that and want to to bring him into live action.
Yeah.
Exotic Carfax, you did it again. So Exotic Carfax killed me, man. We're looking at these head sculpts, right? And look what he says here. Dominique Tipper is Naomi Nagata playing Koska Reeves. Is what his head sculpt says. And now I can't unsee it. I keep seeing Naomi Nagata. I'm seeing her everywhere I look now when I look at this figure. Did we just ruin it for you too, Doc?
Where's what is this? I don't know what this is.
Naomi Nagata from The Expanse. Have you not watched The Expanse?
I've never seen that.
Oh, well,
my dad keeps telling me I need to watch it, and I'm like, okay.
Don't look it up on Google Images because that's all I can see now.
Is all you can see now is Naomi Nagata. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit I don't completely 100% see Mercedes Verano in there.
No.
But she's got a very like distinct face, and I'm confident and hopeful that they'll sharpen it up, as they get closer to release.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm not getting it, but I hope
the one
so.
thing we noticed is in the actual show. See this here? This is hair on the figure, but on the show it's not. It's actually like ribbons. They're black ribbons that tie her hair down, or like a headband or something.
Yeah.
Because we had the show images. Let me see if I
was gonna say you even had a photo, didn't you? Straight from the show.
Hold on. Let me bring that back up. Boom. Those are ribbons. That's not hair. But Hot Toys, this is our window. It's got hair. Let me get a better.
Go back to the ribbons.
Hold on. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they tried to.
They
I was going to say maybe
hair.
they were going to try and make it look like it had some twist to it, but it's definitely braided hair.
Yeah, it's coming right off of the hair right here in the braid.
And Mars, after you said about the Photoshop, I can't. It just looks like it's been placed on top of the picture, doesn't it? The
hair here.
The hair, yeah. I can't
It doesn't
unsee
look
that.
like it's really here at all. It's like not the right shade.
See, Mercedes, she's got a bit of a softer face. I feel like they gave her some rough edges.
Yeah, that's what I said as well. Like under the eyes, it's a bit
right?
too...
Well, hopefully they can fix that up because she's just a gorgeous woman and doesn't need this to be happening to her. She doesn't need to be Naomi Nagata.
No, I think they'll tighten it up. A lot of these times, who knows like how much time they spent on the prototype. For all we know, this is a very early prototype of what we're seeing here. Obviously, if the hair bands aren't even correct.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the hair bands. Thankfully, I guess Single Songwriter's not ruined. He apparently hasn't watched Expanse, so he doesn't know who Naomi Nagata is. Exotic Carfax keeps trying to push it home, man, and trying to ruin everything for us. And then I knew of Sasha Banks from a nephew and her parents live here in Massachusetts. Oh, wow, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. But yeah, I mean, you look at this and then you look at that, and now I'm no longer satisfied with this. It's weird, just it's crazy. I was satisfied with it until he pointed out Naomi Nagata, and I'm looking closer at the two side by side because I can now got them in the same window and I can kind of do that. Makes me sad.
Definitely looks like she's frowning at something because like in between the eyebrows is like.
Well, you got this
profile
feet here coming out here, which is not. It's really soft in this, and that could be the headshot, glamour shot kind of deal. But I remember in the show it was pretty soft like this. She had very soft features in the show. But this particularly is really screaming out, and then these hard lines here. And then this, all of this is just too hard, way too hard. I mean, she doesn't even have really dimples here. It's more like a poofiness to it.
Right, like
here,
almost like a baby
dimples.
fat,
Yeah, and then here you get the dimples are going in, and it's just, please, Hot Toys, fix it. Please.
I know, I agree, because like I wanted this figure mostly for her head sculpt, and I'm confident that they'll still knock it out of the park. Like, because we've seen prototypes that look like garbage and they come out looking really good, and then we've seen prototypes that look like really good J&D quality, and then they come out and we're like, oh, that's not quite the prototype.
All right, so I've been called out for that being photoshopped. Here we go. There's the actual in the show shot. All right, and we'll put those side by side. She's got a little bit more crow feet here, but it's still not hard.
There's still a difference in there, yeah.
Yes, this is like a hard. Either the lighting is causing this, or it's just really hard. And then her face still kind of poofs. She doesn't have those dimples there that are going in. So, yeah, it's she doesn't have furrowed brow really either. Her brow is still furrowed in this shot, but it's not like that hard line bringing it together here. There's just some creative choices they need to go back. I mean, this is a prototype. It's going to have time to change. So hopefully we'll get what we want out of this. It'll be a really phenomenal head sculpt in the end. But there are some shots that she looks better at. I mean, I'm still seeing Naomi Nagata now. Damn you. Like there, she looks pretty good there. That looks like her. And there, that's a good shot of her too. Looks just like her. No, none of these are really selling it anymore. Not after I've been spoiled. It's just sad. But good call on the Photoshop. I mean, it was still not too far off. They just softened her some more in that Photoshop thing. I'm putting you want me to put Naomi's face in there? Oh God, you want me to?
I'm pulling up Disney Plus right now. Hold up 1 second. About to school everyone here. About to school myself.
What?
What are you looking for?
Well, they're saying that the ribbon in the photo isn't real. They're saying the ribbon is photoshopped.
Oh, is it actually here in the show? Is it?
Oh yeah, you're right. That is here in the show. Oh my God, there it is. Because that's the shot from the show right there. Damn it.
No, that you have up right there. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
All right, I stand corrected.
Oh, I stand corrected as well. And but she still has soft facial features too. So
yeah.
There's Naomi Nagata.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
Because I'm now tortured. I'm going to make sure.
No. I hold on. Let me. La da 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 da. ABC 1 2 3. Gonna get that out of my memory. Something else other than that. It's gonna pop into my head right now. Okay, all right. I'm gonna turn and look at the screen. It's gonna be off now. Okay. All right, good. Oh no, damn it, Maz.
Oh no, I gotta be here to get the cell. There you go.
All right, I'm just gonna not have the stream.
All right, so we got Naomi Nagata off the screen, right? It says Koska Reeves. It can't be wrong, right? It's got the name right there on it. It says Koska Reeves.
I can't pinpoint what's wrong with the hair. It's like it just looks maybe a bit too low. I don't know, or like the light isn't hitting it properly. Yeah. It just looks like a different shade of like a darker black, doesn't it, or something?
Guys, I switched off the glamour shot. Are you guys way behind? This is directly from the show. This is not the glamour shot. And Single Songwriter keeps sending me more pictures of her.
He mysteriously has them all saved on his computer.
What is this saying about Single Songwriter? Just saying. What's up, H Green? Let's see. He says, I think I might get 2 Ahsokas and 2 Finnick. Are you going to get an Ahsoka or not Ahsoka, Koska and dress her up as Naomi Nagata? Oh, it's so dead now. We're so dead. It's a great head sculpt. It is. I'm sure it's more of a lighting thing because this is some pretty harsh lighting on her. So I'm hoping that it's more of a lighting issue than necessarily a head sculpt issue. I'm hoping it will actually look more like her in hand, and or after the prototype they clean it up some, get it in there. But we'll see. You have to go Google that yourself. I've got 3 windows, 3 screens with a whole bunch of tabs, and I'm just not doing it right now.
Ooh, he said he's not doing it.
I'm sorry, I can't handle it. It's too much pressure.
All right, we get it. We confirmed. I know. I need to make sure that her inventory still available. I want to get her autograph in my collection.
Oh,
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
Axe
no.
again. You know, since if you guys are just tuning in, we get no head sculpt. No head sculpt with Axe. I'm fine with that though, because as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I don't feel like he really warrants a head sculpt. I mean, you're definitely not paying the other $40 for a non-head sculpt, and he had his helmet off for all of 2 seconds of the show. And out of the 2 minutes he was there. So he was barely there. He could have just been Mandalorian B. They didn't even have to ever give him a name, but they did. You know, just. But well, there you have it, guys.
Wait, Moz? Do you have the Death Watch Mando?
Yeah, he's upstairs though. I'd have to go upstairs and get him. Why?
Does he come with 2 pistols or just the one?
Well, I'll just do it this way. It'll be
I don't know if
easier.
anyone remembers.
I forget because he's upstairs. I think he. God, I can't think. No. We can also, while we're here, we can look at what's selling right now. But
Probably Green Goblin, isn't it?
he's probably still there. But let's go to Death Watch.
No, I think somebody bought the photo that I wanted. Bastards.
Death Watch Mando. Let's see what you come with there, buddy. I got my Boba Fett's got his rifle right now, though. My 2-pack Boba Fett. Because of the one gun.
Just the one.
Yeah. So the only one that gets 2 rifles or 2 guns right now is Rex. 2 handguns.
Yeah.
Sabine will get 2 when we inevitably get her, because they will make her. You know, they've casted her. So I can't wait for that. I want a Sabine. Like, nope. They'll probably be the next one I do a day 1, batch 1 thing for. You know, but it will be through whatever. You know, it hasn't really had any time to update anything. Yeah, they're not really here at all. Let's see what's in the warehouse then, because right now Green Goblin's still on top. And it's all because he's got no NRD, by the way. So that's the whole reason why he's on the top.
Yeah, I'm not getting him, but I was tempted just to put no NRD pre-order.
I actually pre-ordered him, as much as I hate that.
Yeah, but Moz, that's because you love him, innit? You love that suit. That's why.
But we're digressing. So, Book of Boba Fett spoiler discussion. We have Doc Smizzle here. He's new to the conversation. We haven't really jumped into a lot of spoilers with you, man. What do you think, Doc, that they had made for Grogu?
Beskar chainmail. That was my first thought.
Well, we got the chainmail. We got the Beskar bit, but what?
What else can chainmail be?
Well, I mean, the package looks a little small to be a full robe for him, right? Like a full chainmail robe. So,
okay,
what garment do you suppose that is?
A cod piece. I'm honestly not sure. Like, they only gave us a small glimpse, and it looked like chainmail to me. So I'd be surprised if it's something other than that, which I do fully expect it to be something other than chainmail.
All right, hold on. Penny just mentioned something here. Armor went from 28 to 27. Or, excuse me, to 23. I forgot to start counting. So let's see.
Well, I think as people start getting off work today, it's gonna go up higher and higher and higher. I would be surprised if it remains in stock much longer too.
Where is the armor? I've gone past 20 anything. Armor is not even here. Are you looking at just a Star Wars list?
I doubt. This might be a hot take, but I doubt this episode will make the armor sell out.
Yeah, there's the armor there. So that's. I think you're. And we're past
it might increase. You know, I wouldn't expect it to sell out today, but it'll certainly increase. A demand for it.
It'll probably speed it up compared to what it would have been.
She's 30.
I will admit that I like the way that this armor, and I'm actually hopefully going to get to meet Emily Swallow here in the next couple months. But I liked her helmet much better in this version.
Yeah, it looked
shinier.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked way different, didn't it?
And I was like, great. Now they're going to have to make another one.
Lake says the name Axe reminds me of the name of one of Ahsoka's clone pilots that lost his life on the space battle of Ryloth. This was one of the episodes in which Ahsoka got lots of character development. Interesting. I didn't realize that. What is this? Padme is that? What? Clone Wars season 2. Craig Reeves, I guess, wants a Koska in a bikini. I don't know. I don't know. Should I know what that is? I don't know. Onesies. Yeah, you guys are crazy. He's talking about a bikini for Grogu. All right, or a nanner. Okay, now the conversation is making more sense. It's 23 Star Wars Hot Toys. No, armor is not that high. Now, because I mean, there's 4 per row, right? So it's 4, 8, 12. Oh, I was counting wrong. I don't remember how to count. 12. I skipped 12 and went here to 16. 16. This is 24. No, 4 plus 6, 22. My God. 21, 22, 23. All right, you're right. I can't count anymore. I started doing weird math in my head when I was doing it. Man, I'm crazy. Yes, H Green, your photo last night was perfect. Very perfect. Armor, he did a picture of the armor. If you look in the description below, link to his Instagram, you can see his armor shot. So it's like he knew. He was tuned in to the armor being in this episode. What did you feel about the established lore of the Darksaber with the weight that it gains weight, Doc?
I was fine with it. Thought it was interesting. I think it was you or someone. It was probably you mentioned going back into season 2 and seeing if Moff Gideon started fighting against the sword and see if he's using that same kind of extra heft into trying to swing the blade. I want to say I kind of vaguely remember him looking very tired. Towards the end of that fight. So I'm down with it. You know, that we don't know enough about the Darksaber, so anything that they can start actually bringing to the forefront, I think is really cool. I think when Mando first whipped it out too in that fight this morning, I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, he whipped it out, but he was really. I got the impression he'd be able to wield it better because he was holding it out when you see him at the end of Mandalorian. He's holding it out. He doesn't seem to be struggling with any of the weight or anything. Of course, he wasn't using it per se, but he was holding it. And then you go to him using it like you can half-ass use it, and you get the every time you've seen him with a weapon, you're like, he's good with weapons, right? So it was very confusing at first to see him just wielding it so ham-handedly, just all over the place without any explanation as to why. And it was just a little off-putting.
It's just going to be a plot device to develop his character probably in season 3 or maybe even Book of Boba.
It's a vehicle for him to go, get a little bit of training from Luke Skywalker. Maybe see Boba Fett use a lightsaber in the next episode. A couple of nods to the comics.
Sabine training him.
I'd be surprised if Sabine actually shows her face.
She won't be in Book of Boba Fett.
I think that's more of a Mandalorian season 3 type thing.
She's going to first appear in the Ahsoka.
Yeah, I was going to say probably Ahsoka.
Or Ahsoka for sure. I keep forgetting about that.
Is that even filming yet? I don't know anything.
I think it's going to be up before Mandalorian, but don't quote me on that. I think it's coming up before Mandalorian season 3. I think in the queue of things, it was Kenobi, then Ahsoka, and then they were going to work on Mandalorian 3. So
I still don't understand the mentality behind Kenobi's marketing because we've got nothing, and isn't it coming out in spring? It's supposed to be.
Well, are we also getting another season of Bad Batch here soon?
Yeah, and there's just no. I find that about Star Wars, there's just no trailers or anything until a month before it comes out.
Look at Penny bringing in the facts. So he's pointing out some facts here I didn't know about because I wasn't a fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. I just kind of enjoyed the movies and stuff. Penny says kyber crystals are semi-sentient, and that is proven when you watch Clone Wars, and they only appear to the right people at the right time.
Right when the Jedis are getting their kyber crystals.
Yeah. So he says if he's working against the blade, it's probably objecting to his reluctance.
That's a really good thought, because he unwillingly wants to hold and yield this sword. He does not want to be the leader of Mandalore. He does not feel he's worthy.
Yeah, he didn't care, did he?
And yeah, I was according, with OG fan, I agree. I'm glad that he was using it. I am sad to see the Beskar spear go though, because I mean, some of the fights that he did with that in the end of season 2 was some of the best choreography for any kind of fighting that I've seen to date. I mean, just in particular that scene where he kicks the spear back around to do the overhead strike against Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so fluid. The guy doing that for the the stunts and stuff, it was just badass. I loved it. I loved watching that. Although the spear does change lengths during the course of the show, depending on what move needs what. But Mando literally had a Beskar spear and chose to use a dark saber that he cut himself. This is true. He did have the spear on him, right? I think this because
he didn't cut himself with the dark saber. He got blasted with the.
No, he cut himself with the dark saber.
No, he got blasted.
Remember, they were asking him what happened to him, and that's when he pulled out the dark saber. It's like what kind of?
I just jumped back in. We were talking about in today's episode. Correct?
Yeah, when he cut himself in the thigh,
he got blasted.
No,
I think he like killed someone. The dark saber got too heavy and he hit himself or something.
Yeah, he put it up against his leg, and they were talking about what did this to him, and
he said, yeah,
and that's when he pulled out the dark saber.
I'm gonna have to rewatch. I swear he got shot in the leg, but maybe
that's
I'm
what
wrong.
I thought too.
Maybe
I'm
wrong.
He pulled out the dark saber in answer to what happened to him.
Because that's
okay. I'm gonna be watching it again because I watched it a second time with the family when everyone's home. So I'll be paying attention this time. I was just so enthralled by the amount of action that was happening on screen.
Yeah. So single songwriter says it thinks it's Bad Batch, Andor, then Kenobi, then Ahsoka is the order they're supposed to go in. Wow. Let's see. Mike Halls. He's an exile of the Children of the Watch. He is still a Mandalorian, but Bo-Katan and the other Mandos would accept him. But he won't go that far. He's going to get accepted by everybody. He's going to go to the waters of Mandalore. Because that's what he was tasked to do. He listens, even though he doesn't quite agree with the no helmet thing anymore, he still listens to what the armor says. He's going to go take care of that. He's going to get back in with this covenant because that's his.
And that's a season 3 thing, so don't expect that to happen in the next 2 episodes.
The Terminator robots, the K series bots. Single songwriter Luke may tell the story about the crystals to Mando when he visits. Ooh. So he won't get full training montage, but that might help Mando work out mentally what he needs to prepare to wield that weapon in the next couple episodes while he's being, the muscle. Good point. What do we got here? Ben. No, Ben. No.
Sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good. We probably should be wrapping it up soon. So we got about 10 more minutes and we're going to wrap it up because Ben's got to go. And, it's been almost 3 hours, so. But let's field some of these questions real quick. Armor was melting down the spear before there was even a plan for the Beskar. Savage. Well, it was a weapon. You're not supposed to make Beskar a weapon, she established. But we'll forget about the bullets, aka the whistling birds. Doc, was there anything else you wanted to add to your thoughts on the show? Anything you want to discuss before we go here, man?
No, I don't have
nothing sticking out in particular that you want to go. Well, wait a minute, with the N1 ship.
Oh, I really liked what they did with that Naboo fighter.
It was I don't know if you were here earlier, but somebody speculated that he's going to get a Razor Crest and he's going to have it kind of hooked up like the Ghost Phantom combo. He's going to put the N1 piggybacking and be like his little way ship. To go do stuff with.
That would be really cool.
How about you, Ben? Since I know you have to go, you got anything else you want to make sure we cover?
Not really. Just awesome episode. don't really know what to say.
I like what Penny says here. The N1 ship that reeks of midlife crisis and buying a Porsche. Yeah, it's a very sports car type thing, right? It's just like very got my Ferrari or Porsche or whatever. We're gonna go speeding around the galaxy now.
Yeah, I couldn't help but roll my eyes a little bit during that scene. I felt like the chick who plays the mechanic did a little bit of overacting there. Like she kind of felt out of character from her previous appearances. But I still enjoyed that whole moment.
Yeah, the only thing is I don't suspect this N1 being his permanent ship because, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I think the N1 is not big enough. He
Right?
needs a
Yeah.
ship
How's he
that
supposed to carry bounties?
Yeah.
He needs
It's
to be able to carry
definitely just his runarounds until he gets another Razor Crest.
Yeah. So it's just a little fan service of seeing the N1 again. Mandalized, that silver and it's still got the yellow accents, just like the Razor Crest he had. It's all silver with the yellow accents, and then I think it's very plausible that it will become like the Phantom to his Ghost.
Yeah,
it'd be funny.
I
if he
thought it
names
was really
Razor
cool when
Crest
Apu showed up too.
Who? I'm sorry.
Apu, the dude from Kim's Convenience. The guy in the X-wing who's like, "Hey, aren't you the dude with the Razor Crest?"
Yeah,
I started clapping and cheering when he came on.
That was a good callback. And apparently, the other one was the guy that played Luke, the body double for Luke in season 2.
Oh yeah, I didn't know who that was. I was trying to figure out who he. But I figured, every time they do those X-wing cameos, it's always somebody.
It's always someone, yeah.
Yeah.
OG fan says he's not going to be a bounty hunter anymore. He's going to be the ruler of Mandalore. And this may be true, but he's still going to want that bigger ship. I don't expect him to be sitting on Mandalore all during season 3, like Conan the Destroyer at the end of that. Just kind of sitting there on his
claim Mandalore.
He's got to claim it, and I think he's going to need some room to do stuff. He's got to be able to sleep. I know Luke can sleep in his cockpit, but he's not Luke. But eat. Where's he going to store food? I mean, it's not a big ship at all. It's not big at all.
It's like a day runner.
Yeah, it's a little thing to zip, and something that they don't really convey well in the shows. And I don't know if people realize that when they do hyper travel, it's not like zip and like 5 minutes later you're there. It can be weeks. They use hyper lanes for their hyperspace travel, and those lanes take you on routes, and that's why. When they were talking about the Castle Run and Solo and in A New Hope, is they measured it out in distance because they shaved off distance of the hyperlane, and the ship was fast enough to be able to. I don't know the whole specifics, but it was the fact that they shaved off distance from the run. It's something to do with the fast too. I don't know why they always equate the ship being fast because it did the Castle Run, but it definitely shaved off the distance, which is why it got there faster. I kind of dug myself into a hole there. Nobody wanted to help me dig out of that. Cool.
You're talking about parsecs?
Yeah.
It's distance.
Let's see. Yeah, but we all assume the N1 is probably Kenobi's. It was reclaimed.
I thought it might have been Annie's. Why would it be Kenobi's?
Because Kenobi left on one of those to go to Tatooine.
When did that happen? Is it in the comics that I'm currently reading?
No, at the end of the movies, man. And he left in N1.
He did?
Yeah, I think that's the only, from everything we've seen, it's the only reason there's a Naboo fight on Tatooine.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm about to rewatch Revenge of the Sith because the only time I remember those starfighters was in Phantom Menace.
No, I agree, but I'm pretty sure that's what he left with in the end of episode 3, whatever that one was. But I really can't watch that movie again, so it's not my preferred movies. Let's see.
Not joking.
H Green says, well, they did say that Mando, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka run at the same time and will end in an event, series, or episode, so it makes sense these characters are on other shows.
Yeah, but I thought that plan, didn't work out because I swear they said Rangers of the New Republic was going to be in that crossover event as well, but then Gina Carano got fired, didn't she? So.
Yeah, I don't agree with that firing. I mean, I don't agree with what she was saying. I don't want to get in a huge thing of it, but I also don't agree that firing was the answer. It was more like somebody needed to just hire her a publicist and have her like check what she says before she posts and gets approval and stuff. Just like, hey, this isn't really PC. Don't post this.
Yeah,
I don't think it was malice at all. I don't think it was any malicious to anything she was doing. Just ignorance. Anyway, let's see. Exotic Carfax seems to think Dune and Star Wars is about to cross over. Dune and Star Wars have been crossed over since day one. they have been crossed over because a lot of the designs were taken from Dune. A lot of the designs. Look at the Jawa's crawler. That was taken directly from Dune, that design. But anyway. Guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Unless you got anything else you want to add. But
nope, I got nothing
Nope,
else. I think we covered about most of it, and can't wait for more.
Yeah, can't wait for more. I just wanted to get a stream in. This is an impromptu stream. I just want to get a stream in and talk about it today, because it was fresh in my mind. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to get it out there. Just
looking forward to the last 2 episodes of Mando season 2.5.
That's what that prop was. Thank you,
okay.
God, that was driving me nuts. I was like, I've seen that prop. And that's that piece that he had the Jawas go get.
Oh, is that what Mando asked for?
Yeah. Okay.
So now we know what that is. Although
wondering why it looked familiar.
Yeah, I was like, what is that from? Is that from one of the evaporators? What is that? And I was like, thank you, Exotic Carfax. You've now itched a scratch. I didn't realize it was itching at the moment that you scratched it.
But okay, I want to bring up, now that we're talking, just real quick, I want to touch on that.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So that right there, that whole little bit, that was a play on the whole thing going on right now around the world with catalytic converters getting cut off from underneath cars because they're being sold for the precious metals inside. And I thought that was a pretty funny little modern day joke in a Star Wars universe.
Is that when the Jawas stole the
because they're talking about getting up underneath the vehicle or whatever, and then pinching off the thing and then coming out from underneath it. I was like, that's definitely a catalytic converter reference.
All right, and OG fans, of course, always got to put us in our place. Kenobi pulls up in the Grievous' starship. They don't show him leaving anything. All right, I'm gonna trust OG fan on that, but they're gonna go back and say it's that Naboo fighter.
Right, we'll see it in the Kenobi show or something.
Too easy because it's very plausible that he would have that ship to fly off in.
Him and Padme were in a Naboo thing, weren't they? What's the royal one called?
Right, they were in a convoy, yeah.
So
I'll put it up there as highly plausible.
He says that N1 was flown by Anakin, and it might have been at one point, but it got to Tatooine not by Anakin. Anakin wouldn't have. No, I don't know. I'm not going to argue about it. We'll find out more as time goes on. We'll be back though Saturday for our official toy talk, and we're still early in the week. It's only Wednesday, and we know that Hot Toys has got most likely a Doc Ock dropping this week. I mean, they've already teased him. I mean, the scoop is out on those two, him and Goblin. So we're going to have many more figures to talk about. We're going to go over Koska and Axe further. Green Goblin, and whatever else they actually ship out this week, because I think we're going to get something. Maybe Jango Fett, maybe Anakin on the staff, maybe even Ahsoka. We don't know.
How many days are left before opportunities for them to release stuff?
So February 1st is what I'm
so it's literally just the next 2 days then they've got left.
Well, it's the 26th. So this week. Yeah.
Well, it's basically it's the 26th.
When it reaches the weekend, that's it, probably, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll see. Everybody wants to keep going on this N1, and I'll agree with you guys because I don't know my lore as well as the rest of you. But there you have it. Anakin. So I don't think he left it there when he went to rescue Shmi, though. But this is me. Anyway, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern for actual toy talk. Ben will be here. H Green should be here. And I believe Harry, a.k.a. Cinematoygrapher from Instagram, he's going to be here as well. Doc, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
Nice to speak to you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Appreciate it.
See you.
Is there anything you want to add, Doc, though, before you got to wait? Yeah, you got your Maji cases coming.
Yeah, I got my Maji cases coming, and we'll figure out what's going on with that.
You're going to do a video of your assembly of that. So
yeah, something like that.
So, and Ben, did you have anything you want to add before we go?
Nope.
All right. I just didn't want to forget, Doc had that thing there. I want to make sure you pumped that out. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Have a great day. and enjoy the Book of Boba Fett. Enjoy, guys.